sound? There should be sound. Yeah, who has no sound? You have no sound? Wait, no, I think they have sound. Oh, I went offline? Okay, but you have sound now, regular sound? It doesn't sound robotic and stuff? Okay, Corinne. Hi. Okay, good. Hi, Sarah. Hey, Sage Tree. Hi, Tasha. It's been months, yeah. Hi, Molly Chickadee. How are you? Wesley? First time here? Patrick Frazee. The first topic. You have sound? Okay. Hi, Lonnie. He's eating one of those fish skins. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris Reed. Hi, Vala. Hi, Glam Dolly.
I don't know if it's up.
Yeah, no, he's eating one of those fish skins.
Yes, you get something out of it.
No, that's really good for them.
Okay.
It has lots of brain-building DNA. Not DNA. Oh, what am I looking for? What is the stuff that's in the...
Omega oil.
Yeah, omega oil. Yeah, omega-3s and stuff. DNA. Okay. Hi, Judy.
DNA,
No, it's omega-3.
Oil.
I'm not worried, honey. Time for a change. Hi. Hi, Mandy Hall. Hey, Deb on the move. Hi, your best friend. You're just listening? Okay. Did I get... Yes. Yeah, I'm on late today because I got wrapped up in the stupid affidavit, and then something went wrong with it, so I have to trim it, which takes like 2 days on YouTube. So you have to go to 25 minutes in to listen to it, and then I started to do the other thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to have time to do this, so I've got to go, and I'm just going to do it tonight right in here live. Desi is fine. He's right here chewing on a fish skin. Are you trying to be quiet?
No, trying to be fast.
Oh.
I try to be quiet, and it takes me like 3 times as long, and I still make noise the whole time.
Hi, Lily. Hi, Pat. Do they get along? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're adjusting. They're adjusting.
Sort of.
Sort of.
No, they're doing okay. The little one doesn't get it. He wants to keep playing her, licking her and jumping around, playing. He doesn't understand.
Licking Sassy's face, and Sassy has like her crate that we keep open, and she'll go in there if she wants to. Well, he went to go in it, and she had like a freak out about it because that's her space.
Yeah. But she had some food in there, a little bit of food, and he was going right there to get it. He didn't know.
Did you know when an animal eats chewy food, it stimulates blood to the brain and makes them smarter? Oh, good. Hi, Paula. Hi, Jeannie. Hey, Danielle. Oh, yeah, the puppy is Desi. It's DE for Delilah and ZY for Zoe. After I skip to the 20, cut out 2 more times during the video. It does not that it cuts out. It stops. There's space. There's nothing missing. You just have to speed on ahead. I'm going to go in and trim it up right. I trimmed out the beginning so it'll start, and then I've got to trim out the middle. YouTube, their editing tools suck when you have to go fix something afterwards. And they take so long. Hey, Kathy. But I'll fix it up. Otherwise, I'll just reload it. Yeah, I'm going to go through everything, Lily. I have everything on. We're going to go through it all in just a few minutes. Here, let everybody get in. Hi, Ivy Lynn. Your new puppy is so cute. You have a Shih Tzu. Was there a follower on your channel named Ziggy? Not that I know. Why? Why? Who is Ziggy? You have a good feeling because he screwed up with those texts? Yeah, we're going to go through them. Hi, Aletha. Hey, Mystery Truth Seeker. I saw that they passed Ziggy. Oh, sorry to hear that. The name's not ringing bells for me. Hey, Danielle. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Lisa. She was murdered. She was a part of, really? In the true crime community the true crime community? Yeah? I don't remember. I mean, it's no one that's, I remember people that I talk to every night, and I would remember that name just because of Ziggy, because I used to have a Ziggy. Her son. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Where? Hi, Carol. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Adrienne. Oh, 80s girl, if you hear me, everybody's ready to do the snowman, and Mama Ames just went and got a bunch of socks. So, is someone calling me? I don't know. I feel my phone just goes berserk. In Michigan? How old was her son? We're going to go through it tonight, Glam Dolly. I don't remember a Ziggy being here, but they could have watched, but I don't remember interacting with them. Hi, Julie. You think, oh, so it wasn't like a, wait, you mean you think it was like a murder, but because she had cancer? Oh, her name was Kim Williams. But what was she, oh, but she was in the community as Ziggy? It's not ringing bells for me. Hi, Linda. Murder suit, oh, okay. Yeah, it's not ringing bells for me. Hi, Danielle. So I guess we'll start. Let's go through Frazee, and then, well, because there's a lot that happened today. And hold on one second. Where's my? Okay, let me get back to now. Hold on, I just want to get, okay. So I've got to move this over there for you guys. Okay, Kim Mathewson, not Kim Wilson. Yeah, it's not ringing bells for me. Did you ever see her in here, Earthbound? Did anybody ever see that person in here? 'Cause I don't think so. I mean, because I'm getting confused with just the Ziggy name and Ziggy, and now I'm saying, well, maybe once, I don't know, but not regular. Hi, Sassy Darcy. Yeah, rest in peace, Ziggy. Hey, Raspberry Snowdrop. Okay, so today was day 9, and did Frazee get his head shaved? No, we don't get pictures of him, remember? He has a tent going in and out of the courthouse. We're not privy to see him. So the press has pictures from, the other hearings. We're not privy to see Mr. Frazee. He's wearing street clothing for his trial, but we have not seen that. Breaking the silence, someone said that her son killed her in a murder-suicide. Oh, he killed himself as well then, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah, the school shooting. Terrible. Hi, random guy. Okay, so let me get my stuff up here and try to do this right here. Okay, where's my, here we go, hang on. Okay, there is a lot to go through. Okay, so day 9 of the trial began with more testimony from Colorado Bureau of Investigation DNA analyst Caitlin Rogers. And she had testified on Wednesday about the blood samples found at Berreth's home and the tooth fragments found on the Frazee property. Well, Frazee's attorney, Adam Steigerwald, questioned Rogers about the evidence tested from Berreth's townhome after her disappearance, pointing out that Frazee's DNA was hardly found inside the home. He pointed out several other items had tested negative for blood, including possible blood on the right side of the fireplace, possible blood underneath the cedar chest, candles on the windowsill, a floor vent in the living room, and more. He said Kenny isn't a contributor to many of the evidence points or swabs either, which Caitlin Rogers confirmed. During the cross-examination, Steigerwald asked Rogers about the genetic material found inside Berreth's home. Frazee was excluded from several of the tests, except for 2 samples found on the floorboard. Rogers confirmed that. Steigerwald also pointed out that Kenny's DNA was not detected inside the Berreth home. When the prosecution asked Rogers if she was surprised that Kenny's DNA wasn't found inside the townhome, she said no. Kenny had testified that she wore a protective suit and gloves and cleaned Berreth's home with bleach, and Rogers said bleach destroys DNA. Okay. Sorry, I was behind on the slides. Okay. Then the state called CBI agent Michael Hecht to the stand, and he interviewed many of Berreth's co-workers at DAS Aviation after her disappearance. He has worked more than 12 years in law enforcement. He said he was familiar with DAS Aviation, where Berreth worked before she went missing. On December 4th, he interviewed several flight instructors. He returned the following day to look through Kelsey's workspace for evidence of things like a suicide note, an itinerary, and more. He said he found no evidence that indicated where Berreth may have been. A photo submitted into the evidence showed a typical desk area, a chair, a computer, a calendar with a Bible verse, and a picture of Berreth and Frazee's young daughter, Kaylee. Then the state called Mary Longmire, who has worked for the Teller County Department of Human Services for 15 years. She normally works as a supervisor, but sometimes steps in for field work. She became involved in the case after the department received a referral and asked her to be the caseworker. She recalled this happened on December 21st, which is the same day Frazee was arrested. Police told her he was arrested for murder, and Longmire said she had to do interviews of anyone who sought custody of Kaylee. She said she met with Berreth's parents, Cheryl and Daryl Berreth. She met with Sheila Frazee, Patrick's mother. She met with Erin Frazee and her partner, Pamela Flowers, and with Frazee himself. She said she talked with Frazee on December 21st, and they went through paperwork. She talked with him again on December 26th. Prosecutor Veman asked for more information about the conversation on December 26th. Longmire said she wanted to gather information on Frazee and Kaylee to complete a social history because the department wanted to give Kaylee to relatives who lived outside of Colorado. Frazee provided her with a lot of information on Kaylee's development and schedule, she said. He told her that he and Berreth had decided to separate and talked about their co-parenting plan. She said Frazee also told her that they were separated when Kaylee was born and that Berreth never wanted to fix things, she said. He also said he was the sole breadwinner and didn't mention Berreth's employment at DAS Aviation until a later date. When asked about his relationship with Berreth in 2018, Frazee said she had gone to California for rehab for about 2 weeks and claimed it was for depression and alcohol. Frazee described friction in the relationship over money, telling Longmire they had heated discussions before Berreth got employed with DAS in August of 2017, Longmire said. Frazee said Berreth lived in an apartment when she first moved to Colorado and that she sometimes lived with him at his mother's home. In September of 2017, Berreth's parents rented her a townhome in Woodland Park. Around this time, Frazee had been talking about Berreth's pregnancy, Longmire said. When Kaylee was born, Frazee said he would watch their daughter while Berreth was at work, but Longmire said there was no indication that Berreth dumped off Kaylee on Frazee. Longmire then described the conversation she had with Frazee about Thanksgiving 2018. Frazee said Berreth called him to come pick up Kaylee on November 21st, the day before Thanksgiving. He said he agreed to meet her about 90 minutes later at the Florissant post office. Frazee said they talked about their relationship then, and while driving to Nash Ranch to get water, Longmire said Frazee said they talked about going their separate ways and that they would split custody of Kaylee equally. After stopping at the ranch, Frazee got sick and threw up. He said Berreth went to get medicine and returned with it before taking Kaylee to her townhome. Frazee said Berreth texted him to say they made it home safely. On Thanksgiving Day, Frazee said he talked with Berreth around 9 to 9:30 a.m. and told her that he would pick up Kaylee around 12:30 p.m. that day. He told Longmire that he picked up Kaylee. Longmire said she assumed this took place at Berreth's home and said he and Berreth agreed to talk again the next morning. Frazee told Longmire that he texted the next morning and decided that Kaylee would stay with him. He said he was supposed to keep the baby until 5:30 p.m. when they'd meet up at the Florissant post office. He said Berreth texted him to say he should keep Kaylee, Longmire said. Frazee told Longmire that Berreth texted him the next morning saying she wanted to go to church alone that Sunday. Later that Saturday, Frazee said they had a heated conversation about their relationship, and Frazee told Berreth he would keep Kaylee until the storm blew over. He said Berreth lost it. Frazee said he talked with Berreth again on Sunday morning, the 25th of November. He called her again later the afternoon, and it went to voicemail, Longmire said. He said he received a text from Berreth asking, "Do you even love me?" Frazee said he tried to respond, "Of course I do," but his text didn't go through. Frazee claimed that he tried calling her later that night and again tried to contact her over the next 3 days through Wednesday, November 28th. Asked if he had been concerned, Frazee said he became concerned as time went by. Steigerwald, Frazee's attorney, asked Longmire about her December 26th conversation with Frazee and confirmed if Frazee and Berreth, according to the conversation, were at the Nash Ranch late on the night of November 21st. And Longmire said yes. Longmire was excused and court went into recess at about 10 a.m. He has helped the case. He also testified on day 3 of this trial. So Prosecutor Veman asked if a cadaver dog was ever used on the burn area of the Frazee Ranch. Slater believes something had happened in Berreth's bathroom and home. He said they didn't know about the tote, the burn out at Nash Ranch or Conoco meetups. They did, however, know that Berreth and Frazee's phones had traveled together around Thanksgiving. We didn't know anything other than Berreth was missing, her belongings were missing, her behavior was off, Slater said. Slater said he traveled to Kenny's home with an FBI special agent and Twin Falls police detective in Twin Falls, Idaho, on December 17th and attempted to interview her. The authorities had warrants to search her home and to collect a buccal swab from Kenny for a DNA test. In her living room, Slater explained that they knew she was involved in Berreth's disappearance and had evidence to support it. They wanted to hear her side of the story, Slater said. Kenny agreed to talk, but asked to have an attorney. And before she gave a statement to the investigators 3 days later, she signed an agreement with the district attorney's office. A detail brought up by Frazee's attorney, Adam Steigerwald, in his questioning of Slater. When Kenny did talk, Slater said she provided the investigators with information about a black tote container in which Berreth's body was allegedly burned, the Nash Ranch where Frazee allegedly kept the black tote, and the area where the tote was allegedly burned on Frazee's property. Slater said they returned to the ranch on December 21st and only then noticed the discoloration in the dirt where Frazee had allegedly burned Berreth's body in a rusted-out trough, and asked ranch hands to cover the burn area. Kenny also informed investigators about the blood found on Berreth's toilet, floor, baby gate, couch, and fireplace in her home, and Slater said they did not notice this when they first entered Berreth's townhouse. If Kenny didn't tell you about that, would the evidence ever have been found? Prosecutor Veman asked Slater. No, Slater replied. Veman then asked about Berreth and Frazee's relationship. Slater said based on their texts back and forth, Berreth initiated most of the conversations and Frazee responded infrequently. She would text him about picking up Kaylee, thanking him for picking up the baby, details about the next exchange, and her frustration about the status of their relationship. Those texts went as far back as April 2018, Slater said. Berreth would text Frazee about starting a family together, and if that was ever going to happen, if he loved her and not being able to see Kaylee as much as she wanted. She would also text him information at houses they could purchase, he said, and she'd talk with her parents about the properties and if they could help with the down payment. The last time Berreth posted on Facebook was October 30th, 2018, Slater said. He noted that there were a lot of photos of Kaylee on her profile page. She'd send many photos of the newborn to Frazee as well, he said. She would also send him links to various properties through Facebook. Slater said he didn't see any responses from Frazee. After the media had picked up the story that Berreth was missing, Slater noticed many people posting on Berreth's Facebook with comments, but never, hold on, I thought I was getting something about I thought, oh, your mic is out. I'm sorry, so I had to check the text. Okay. So let's see. He saw many people posting on Berreth's Facebook wall, but he never saw a comment from Frazee. Veman asked if Slater ever found a flight itinerary for Berreth. Oh, now we've got Desi making noise. Okay. A flight itinerary for Berreth, which he confirmed. He said he found an itinerary for her to go to California in August of 2018. Said he found information that showed Berreth had sent the itinerary information to Frazee. Veman then backed up to the day of the alleged murder, November 22nd, and asked about the text exchange between Frazee and Berreth and Frazee and Kenny. Now, okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay. Slater detailed the text at 3. Hold on, what happened there? Oh, there must be some missing from there. Okay, well, you'll catch up at 9:15. There's only like two before 9:15. 3:37 a.m., Frazee texted Berreth telling her he would come to Woodland Park after his chores and could take Kaylee with him. And this is November 22nd, the day that she was allegedly murdered by Patrick. With him on errands, Walmart and the bank, while Berreth napped. Then they could figure out a plan for the day. At 3:53 a.m., Berreth texted Frazee letting him know that they had just gotten to her townhome, and he replied, "Okay, thanks." Now you're there. At 9:15 a.m., Berreth texted Frazee asking if he wanted to go out to eat. He did not respond. At 9:37 a.m., Berreth texted him asking him to call when he was awake. He did not respond. At 12:41 p.m., Berreth texted Frazee that she bought sweet potatoes in case he wanted a sweet potato casserole, but forgot pecans. At 4:39 p.m., Frazee texted Kenny saying Happy Thanksgiving and to call when she could. Kenny did not reply. 5:32 p.m., Berreth's phone texted Cheryl Berreth, Kelsey Berreth's mother. I just want to make sure we're on the same. Okay. Kelsey Berreth's mother, that they went shooting that day and that she had fun using her gun again. She said Frazee was going to let her keep it and that she'll now feel safe running again. Cheryl Berreth responded, "Great." 9:35 p.m. Kenny texted Frazee saying, "Happy Thanksgiving to you guys too." Slater then detailed the text from November 23rd, the following day. At 6:59 a.m., Berreth's phone texted Frazee asking him to call her when he was awake. 7:32, Berreth's phone texted Frazee saying she was running late and would call when she got home. Frazee responds, "Okay, be safe." At 3:13 p.m., Frazee texted Berreth asking how her shopping was going. Her phone replied saying she was just looking and hadn't seen anything she liked. After 5 p.m., Berreth's phone texted Frazee asking him to keep Kaylee that night because she was tired. At 5:23 p.m., Frazee responded saying sure, that he didn't mind doing so. He asked if she needed anything, and she said no. The CBI investigator then moved on to the text from November 24th. Hold on a minute. Okay, wait a second. Why are my texts messed up here? This, okay, I don't know. Okay, so you're just going to have to, hold on a second. Oh, no, I'm right here. Okay. Slater then detailed the text from November 23rd, the following day. 6:59 a.m. Berreth's phone texted Frazee asking him to call her when she was awake. That was, I forgot to slip your slide. I forgot to change the slide. Okay, so we already went through these. That's why I'm freaking. Okay. This is November 24th now. 7:24 a.m., Kenny texted Frazee about looking at horses around 9 that day. 7:26, Frazee said 8:45 a.m. would be better. 7:41 a.m., Frazee texted Berreth to see if she was awake. 7:43 a.m., Kenny texted Frazee saying she didn't know if she could make it by 8:45 a.m. 7:45 a.m., Berreth texted Frazee apologizing because she didn't hear her phone. She said she would call after she showered. At an unknown time, Kenny called Frazee saying she would call later. At 1:01 p.m., Kenny texted Frazee saying she was curious if then was a good time to come over, and Frazee responded that was fine, as he was almost back home. He said he'd be back home in 15 minutes. At 3:59 p.m., Berreth texted Cheryl Berreth and said she'd call her the following day. 4:07 p.m., Frazee texted Berreth saying if this was what she really wanted. He respect her wishes and give her space. If you change your mind, you can call me, his message read. At 4:21 p.m., Kenny texted Frazee thanking him for letting her see the horse. At 4:33 p.m., Frazee texted Kenny saying it wasn't a problem and to let him know how many mares she wanted to breed and they would make it work. At 6:25 p.m., Kenny texted Megan Garrison saying she was going to stay at Garrison's house that evening if it was okay, which Garrison agreed to. Garrison is her friend from Idaho. In a previous testimony, Kenny said she borrowed Garrison's car to drive to Colorado. At 6:32 p.m., Garrison responded that it was fine for Kenny to stay the night. At 7:34 a.m., Berreth texted Frazee asking to call her when he and Kaylee wake up. At 8:35 a.m., Berreth texted Frazee saying patrick.frazee1985@gmail.com. Password Kaylee05. Frazee responded saying, thanks, and I'll look at them when I get home, when I get time tonight. At an unknown time, Berreth texted Frazee, call me when you guys are done. Frazee responds, okay, will do. At an unknown time, Berreth texted Frazee, do you even love me? At 6:29 p.m., Kenny texted Frazee, after talking to the powers that be, he thinks, just my sister's buckskin. At an unknown time, Slater said a response from Frazee didn't go through, but said, why would I bend over backwards and stand behind you through everything if I didn't? So to answer your question, yes, I do. Slater said he found no more texts from Frazee to Berreth after that, none between November 26th and December 4th. Frazee's phone was seized by police on December 4th. Slater said he went to the Frazee ranch on December 14th before talking with Kenny, but the authorities at that time had no specific spot to search on the property. They later found a burn area up the hill from the home about 50 to 75 yards away. Slater confirmed that he and an FBI agent questioned Kenny on December 20th, but first ensured that the agreement for the plea deal was signed with the 4th District Attorney's Office. Slater said that it was what the investigators were told to do first. Later in the testimony, Steigerwald asked Slater if the Nance Ranch is isolated, and Slater said yes, and that cell service isn't good there. Earlier in the trial, the prosecution witness showed that Frazee wasn't overly responsive to texts. Then Kevin Hoyland, a cell phone expert with the FBI, took the stand, and he helped track the cell phone activity of Frazee, Berreth, and Kenny. He previously testified on the 4th day of this trial. Cell phone records showed that Kenny's phone moved from Idaho to Colorado on November 23rd. Arrived in Colorado on November 24th and left later that day, arriving back in Idaho on November 25th. On her way to Colorado, Kenny's phone received 6 calls from Frazee's landline, totaling 160 minutes of talk time. Hoyland said Berreth's phone showed a lot of activity near Gooding, Idaho on November 25th. Her phone texted Frazee at 5:11 p.m. and got a response at 5:20 p.m. Frazee called her phone at 5:20 and 5:21 p.m., but the calls went straight to voicemail. Those calls were the last activity from Berreth's phone. Hoyland also testified about the cell activity on Kenny's phone earlier in the year. He said that the phone used cell towers around Teller County for 5 consecutive days in June of 2018. The same happened for 4 straight days in July, 1 day in August, 1 day in September, and 3 non-consecutive days in October. The prosecution asked if the day in September was the 23rd and if the day in October were the 15th, 16th, and 21st, and Hoyland confirmed that that was correct, and that and that the only way Kenny's phone could have been connected to those towers was if it was within the tower's parameters. I'm sorry. Okay. Investigators asked Hoyland to look for a single call to a certain 719 number. Hoyland said he was told that number was related to a burner phone. He was asked to see if he could tell where that phone was located. Hoyland said the phone had a single call record, but without tower data. It also had text messages. Hoyland couldn't tell where exactly it was, noting the phone number could be manipulated and that burner phones are commonly used by criminals. Kevin Clark was called to the stand next. He's a senior criminal intelligence analyst with the Colorado Springs Police Department Metro Vice Unit. He said he is in strategic communication role and is regularly asked to create visual aids to support investigations from other law enforcement groups. On December 17th of 2018, an FBI agent asked for his help in connection to this case. FBI Special Agent Hoyland, who testified right before Clark took the stand, gave him some Verizon call detail records, and Clark built a toll analysis which would determine the other numbers that the phone had called among other data. The first set belonged to Frazee. The second set was Berreth, and the third was someone who may have been involved, Clark said. The latter was a 208 area code, which is in Idaho. It was assumed this is Kenny. Clark said he was also given surveillance footage and photos from all the relevant Woodland Park and Florissant homes and businesses, including the Safeway, the Credit Union, the Walmart, Williams Furniture, Conoco, and Berreth's neighbors' surveillance footage. He used all of this information to compile multiple timelines, which he printed on big whiteboards for the trial. The timeline showed the communication between multiple cell phones and Frazee's landline in Florissant, November 22nd and December 4th. It mirrored what Slater had said in his previous testimony Thursday, but with more details filled in. He started with the timeline from November 22nd. 12:22 to 12:31, Frazee and Berreth's cell phones signaled together west of Cripple Creek. At 1:18 a.m., 1:19 a.m., 1:20 p.m., Berreth's phone called Frazee's phone. He didn't answer the first two, but answered the third. All phones pinged off the Florissant Tower. 1:29 a.m., Berreth's phone called Frazee's phone, and it connected for 20 seconds. Her phone was in Divide, and his was in Florissant. Frazee's landline called Kenny's cell phone. It went to voicemail. That was 1:35 a.m. 1:42 a.m., Berreth's phone called Frazee's cell. The call lasted 4 minutes. Berreth was in Woodland Park, and Frazee was still in Florissant. 3:33 p.m. and 3:34 p.m., Berreth tried to call Frazee and then tried to call her, and he tried to call her. Both phones were in Florissant. 3:37 until 3:53 a.m., Frazee's cell and Berreth's cell sent multiple text messages back and forth. At 9:03 a.m., Berreth's phone called Cheryl, her mother, for about 6 minutes. Her phone was in Woodland Park. At 9:25 a.m., Berreth's phone texted Frazee's cell asking to go to eat. Around this same time, Cheryl Berreth called Kelsey Berreth's phone, and they talked for about 6 minutes. At 9:37 a.m., Berreth's phone sent Frazee a text asking him to call her when he woke up. At 9:40 a.m., hold on, I gotta change this. Okay. 9:40 a.m., Frazee's phone called Berreth's phone. His phone was in Florissant, and her phone was in Woodland Park. At 12:24 p.m., commercial surveillance captured Berreth and Kaylee at the Woodland Park Safeway. At 12:30 p.m., Williams Furniture showed Frazee's truck traveling north towards Berreth's home. At 12:31 p.m., Frazee called Berreth's phone. Both were in Woodland Park. 12:31 p.m., Berreth's red Chevy traveled north toward her home as seen on Williams Furniture's camera. 12:33 p.m., Berreth called Frazee. At 12:38 p.m., Frazee's truck drove south away from Berreth's home. At 12:41 p.m., Berreth texted Frazee saying she bought the sweet potatoes. At 12:44 to 12:50 p.m., Frazee was spotted in his truck at the Woodland Park Credit Union. At 12:52 p.m., Frazee and Kaylee were seen at Walmart. At 1:19 p.m., Frazee's truck drove north towards Berreth's house, as seen on the Williams Furniture surveillance. At 1:24 p.m., Frazee, Berreth, and Kaylee were seen at Berreth's front door, as seen on her neighbor's outdoor cameras. At 4:20 to 4:32 p.m., a camera captured Frazee at Berreth's door. At 4:24 p.m., Frazee's landline called Sheila, his mother. His phone was in Woodland Park. At 4:34 p.m., Frazee's red pickup truck drove south towards Highway 24. At 4:37 p.m., Frazee called Kenny. Frazee's phone was still in Woodland Park. It went to voicemail. At 4:39 p.m., Frazee texted Kenny to wish her a happy Thanksgiving and asked her to call him when she could. 4:43 p.m., Kenny's cell phone called Frazee, and they talked for about 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Her phone was in Idaho. His phone was just west of Divide. 4:50 p.m., Frazee called Kenny, and they talked for 4 more minutes. His cell phone had moved to the east side of Florissant. Within seconds, Berreth's phone signaled in the same place. At 5:32 p.m., Berreth's phone sent an iMessage to Cheryl, telling her about going shooting that day because Frazee was letting her keep her gun. Prosecutors said they believe Frazee sent that text to Cheryl. 8:29 p.m., Frazee's landline called Kenny, who was still in Idaho, and they talked for another 47 minutes. At 9:32 p.m., Frazee's landline called Kenny's phone again, and it was sent to voicemail. At 9:25 p.m., Kenny's phone texted Frazee saying, "Happy Thanksgiving." At 10:03 to 10:58 p.m., Frazee and Berreth's phone appear to be traveling together. At 11:11 p.m., Frazee's phone signaled in Florissant. At 11:30, Frazee's landline called Kenny, and they talked for 51 minutes. Clark then went on to show text exchanges from November 23rd. His infographic in court included the following highlights. Frazee and Berreth's cell phones exchanged text messages in the morning. Both phones were using the same tower and sector in Florissant. Frazee called Kenny, who was still in Idaho, in the morning as well. Frazee and Berreth's phones continued to ping west of Cripple Creek. But then west of Canyon Creek, then west of Cripple Creek again, then northwest of Bakula Valley, and then both west of Cripple Creek. Around 3:15 p.m., Frazee's cell and Berreth's cell texted back and forth about Berreth's shopping. At 7:14 p.m., Frazee's landline called Kenny's phone, and they connected for about 36 minutes. They connected again at 9:41 p.m. for 23 minutes. Kenny's phone was pinging in Idaho. At 10:20 p.m., Frazee's landline called Kenny's phone, and they started to talk for 4 minutes. Her phone was in Salt Lake City. At 11:06 p.m., Frazee's landline called Kenny's cell, and they talked for 33 minutes. Kenny was on her way into Colorado at this point, Clark said. Court then broke for recess at 2:30 p.m., and they returned at 3 p.m. When it resumed, a detailed timeline of the cell activity was shown in court, beginning with November 24th. So at 12:16 a.m. on the 24th, Frazee's landline called Kenny's cell phone, which pinged somewhere in Utah. Frazee's landline called Kenny's phone again at 1:13 a.m. At 6:39 a.m., Kenny's phone signaled west of Florissant. 6:42 a.m., Kenny's phone signaled near Frazee's ranch. At 7:11 a.m., Frazee's landline called Kenny's phone and left a voicemail. At 7:23 a.m., Frazee's phone called Kenny's phone. Frazee's phone was in Berreth's home. 7:24 a.m., Frazee's phone texted Kenny's. 7:26, Frazee's landline called Kenny for 3 minutes. 7:31, Frazee's phone texted Berreth's phone. 7:42, Frazee's landline called Kenny's phone and left a voicemail. 7:43, Kenny's phone texted Frazee's phone. 7:45, Berreth's phone texted Frazee's phone. 7:53, Frazee's landline called Kenny's phone. 7:57, Frazee's phone texted Kenny's phone. 7:57, Frazee's phone texted Kenny's phone. 8:32 a.m., Berreth's phone called Frazee's phone for 16 minutes and 27 seconds. Both phones were together in Florissant, connecting to the same tower. At 8:33 a.m., Kenny's phone texted Frazee's phone. At 9:22 a.m., Frazee's landline called Kenny's phone for 5 minutes. Her phone was in Woodland Park. Her phone was in Woodland Park. I don't know why they didn't see her on surveillance. At 10:54 a.m., Cheryl Berreth called Kelsey Berreth's phone. Kelsey's phone was on the east side of the divide. At 11:39 a.m., Frazee's phone called Kenny's phone. Her phone was east of divide. Kenny's phone was in Woodland Park. As Clark continued to show a timeline of activity throughout the afternoon and also included surveillance footage of Frazee and Kenny at a Conoco station in Florissant, the timeline included the following: 12:06 to 12:45 p.m., Frazee's phone signaled that around the same time Berreth's phone signaled. The phones were both together west of Cripple Creek. At 12:51 p.m., Arlo notification signaled for Berreth's neighbor's surveillance, which showed part of her front door. At 12:58, both Frazee and Berreth's phones signaled and co-located. At 1 p.m., sonic surveillance footage showed Kenny in her friend Megan Garrison's Volkswagen. At 1:01 p.m., Kenny's phone texted Frazee's phone. At 1:05 to 1:06 p.m., Frazee and Berreth's phone signaled near Florissant. At 1:38 p.m., Kenny's phone signal was in Florissant. It was the last activity from Kenny's phone for several hours. Frazee's phone called Berreth's phone at 3:56 p.m. Frazee's phone was in Florissant. Berreth's phone was near her home in Woodland Park. The call was 2 minutes. At 3:59 p.m., Berreth's phone sent an iMessage to Cheryl Berreth. Berreth's phone moved in Woodland Park from a sector near her house to the south, and Kenny was seen on Conoco surveillance footage. Her phone signaled there at 4:17 p.m. At 4:21 p.m., Kenny's phone texted Frazee's phone. At 4:21 p.m., Kenny's phone called her ex-husband, Chad Lee. At 4:33, Frazee's phone texted Kenny's phone. 4:32 to 4:39, Frazee was seen on Conoco surveillance video filling up a red gas can. At 4:49 p.m., Frazee's truck left the Conoco. 5 to 5:59 p.m., Frazee and Kenny's phone signaled together at the Nash Ranch. At 6:24 p.m., Frazee's phone called his landline for 2 seconds. His phone was in Florissant. At 6:25 to 6:32 p.m., Kenny's phone texted Megan Garrison. 6:57, Frazee's truck returned to the Conoco. 6:59, the Volkswagen left the Conoco. 7:23, Frazee's landline called Frazee's phone for 6 seconds. Frazee's phone was in fluorescent. Kenny's phone received a call. It was in fluorescent. At 9:37, the Volkswagen pulled into the Conoco. At 9:40 p.m., the Volkswagen left and turned west from Conoco. Frazee's red Toyota left and turned east. At 10:53 p.m., Kenny's phone signaled near Breckenridge. It continued to signal on Interstate 70, headed west. The timeline Clark presented in court included cell activity from November 25th, showing that Berreth's phone and Kenny's phone both signaled near the Colorado-Utah border shortly after 4 a.m. Later that morning at 7:09 a.m., Frazee called Kenny's phone and left a voicemail. At 7:43 a.m., Berreth's phone texted Frazee's phone. A text prosecutors say was written by Kenny, Clark said. Throughout the day, Frazee's landline and phone and exchanged calls and text with Berreth's phone. When signaled 30 times in southern Idaho that day, which signaled Berreth's phone, which signaled 30 times in southern Idaho that afternoon, Clark said. The final cell phone activity from Berreth's phone was 5:13 p.m. on November 25th. On November 26th, Frazee's landline and Kenny's cell phone connected 9 times. The following day, he called her 3 times. The final call was more than an hour long, Clark said. They had multiple connections from November 28th through December 4th. Later in the day, on December 4th, law enforcement seized Frazee's phone. Clark testified that he didn't see any calls or texts from Frazee's phone to Berreth's phone on November 26th through December 4th. Court ended early for the day around 3:40. It will restart at 8:30 a.m. on Friday. The state said they had a couple of more witnesses for Friday morning. The judge said that he's cautiously optimistic that they will still be holding closing statements Friday afternoon. If not, they will start Monday morning. Okay. Okay. Escape. Ooh. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa. So what? A lot of people think there's not enough, but I completely do. I'll tell you, Lily, it's going to depend on the judge's instructions, because it can really, the definition of reasonable doubt can really, as you've seen in the Skylar Richardson, it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna reserve until there's definitely his character telling his friends that no body, no crime. We definitely know he lied about a lot of things, but we know Kenny lied too about a lot of things. What about the evidence? They don't have. I just don't understand how they don't have any surveillance of Crystal except at the Sonic. To me, the phone evidence, the phone evidence, oh gosh, yes, there is phone evidence, but if someone's going to say, how do we know Crystal, I don't know, there might just be, I don't know, could be hung, I don't know, what do you guys think? The verdict is coming. Tomorrow may be closing statements, which means that if the judge can get his instructions in, but they might wait till Monday, I don't know. They sometimes come. Yeah, it might be because I posted other videos today. When I post multiple videos, the notifications never go right. And I think there's also a thing on the notifications bell that you can click. There's like 2 levels, and one is either like you want all the notifications or you want just some of them or something like that. I think it's looking like he's guilty, but yeah, I mean, oh, it's just, I hate to say, yeah, you know, and then Placidio, I don't know, but you're free to leave if you're not happy here. You're, you know, it's a free world. You can just walk right out of the room and nobody will be upset with you. Oh, thanks, Jeanette. So, what else do you guys think? Oh my goodness. Guilty, you think, Linda? But what about, why would the defense be talking about that Kenny's DNA isn't in the house? I thought they would want to not point that out. And why do we have no surveillance of her from the furniture store? How come we're catching Patrick in the truck? We're catching Kelsey going back and forth, but we don't catch Crystal except at the Sonic. That really bothers me. Paula says too much reasonable doubt. Bethany says she's hoping for a big guilty verdict. I don't know. His defense hasn't been great. Crystal is at the Conoco. She's at the Conoco, right. But we know she helped him. But I thought they were trying to pin the murder on her. Robin, you say a lot of reasonable doubt. It's a true crime, Placido. Yeah, well, you know what I was thinking, Apple? They're going to have a wrongful death trial, and I'm sure that's going to be filmed. I mean, it's ridiculous. Or this is going to be a hung jury, and they're going to have another trial, and maybe they'll have it somewhere else. I don't know. Hi, Katie. Hi, D-Finite. If there's no DNA from Kelsey, KK in Kelsey's house. Well, she was wearing the suit and she was using bleach. I think that the prosecutor has hung this case on circumstantial. We know he's guilty, but we probably know she is too. A lot to gamble on. He said, she said. I'm on the fence with the verdict. Yeah, me too, Carol. I don't know the case well, but I think it's going to be guilty. I hope so, unless something's going on. I feel like this one got swept under the rug because of the Watts case. It's not that. It's that they're not even letting us see anything in the trial. I don't agree with the judge. Hi, Ann. Oh, I'm glad you're getting better, Mandy. Why would there be any tooth? Yeah, but okay, I think we can agree that they were going to believe Kelsey was killed. But do they know for certain that it was Patrick? What is going to say it couldn't have been Crystal? It couldn't have been someone else? You know what I'm saying? a hung jury is when they cannot come to a decision. Do you mind telling me if my email arrived this morning? I don't know. All right, hang on, because I didn't. Where did you send it to? The truecrimechat.org? It's hard to say, even with the Deb and Tom amazing reports, I didn't see a whole lot of the trial. How is this lawyer, how is this defense in the courtroom? I don't think the defense is very good. They don't even cross-examine many of the witnesses. I thought they were going to be like brutal and try to pin this completely on Crystal and create enough doubt that, you know, Crystal did this. I don't even get what they're doing. Hi, DC Lights. You say guilty on motive means opportunity. The amount he came into her townhouse and him going in, Kelsey not coming out. Defense kind of sucks. Crafts and crime. Hey, hi Sakura. All of the judge's rulings regarding court decorum have played greatly to the defendant's advantage. Beyond a reasonable doubt is a extremely high bar to cross. Any doubt must go to Frazee's credit. So what is your feeling, Sakura, then? What do you feel? Hi, Jen. Agreed, this is a screwy trial. I heard putting a bit of raw honey in the dog's water helps stop allergies because the bees go. The key is the lack of body. The statistics of cases without a body are not good. Hi, Diana. What happened to our Eric? Eric's been missing for a couple of days, hasn't he? Where did he go? They don't need to do anything. State must prove the case. There's no way for guilty verdict here. Sorry, sadly. They don't need to cross-examine the witnesses within an inch of their lives. Theatrics are for movies. Well, no, I mean, they did that in, like, the Arias case and a lot of other cases, more than movies, but they're not, I mean, doing much of anything. I mean, they had the prosecution hasn't even rested, and they're hoping that they're going to have the defense come on with, like, 2 witnesses and then just go to the closing arguments tomorrow. I feel like it's going to be guilty and it's going to be a quick deliberation. I hope I'm not wrong. But it's not just trusting Crystal at her word. Just the fact that he asked or told 2 of his friends he figured out a way to kill someone and not able to be caught is enough for you. Yeah, but there could be somebody like Evelyn going, well, could it have been a joke? You know, could he have just been a jokey kind of guy like that? You know, you don't know who's on that jury. Like, it. Oh, I don't know. Almost everything has been corroborated that she said, been biding their time. You think so, Anne? Having had the chance to catch up, I'm wondering what if the defense think they're doing. The no defense is required defense. No, because they're the ones that built the fire pit. I'm still hoping for a big guilty verdict. You hate the no cameras. Yeah, I think most of us do. I've seen Eric hopping on. That came up in the last few days. I honestly can't stand any channel but yours. You're the best. Thanks. Eric's moonlighting. I feel the same way, guilty, and so many found guilty. It might be that we're coming on too late because he was usually on and crashed. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Because I'm nice like that. This case and all its mistakes will follow this judge for a long time if he's not guilty. I'm told that the few questions the defense is asking are pointed questions, and they're very good. I hate to say it because I think this man is guilty of sin, but so is his mistress. Acquittal possible. For me, enough circumstantial evidence. I hate the no cameras too. What I would do to be a fly on the wall of the courtroom. Yeah, I watched this guy who lives down the street from Kelsey, and he and Patrick and his family are crazy. Lily, maybe the jury will just go in and have fury for him and in no time come back with a guilty verdict. You would hate no cameras. You wouldn't hate no cameras if it was you on trial. Hey, Crazy Cat Lady, how are you? You're late, but you made it. Yeah. Ivy Lynn says, where am I? I just lost my stuff. The lack of transparency hasn't really done this trial a disservice. The judge doesn't get the call here, though. The jury is a different story. Ivy Lynn says, didn't law enforcement testify if it wasn't for Crystal? Yes, they basically would have nothing. They did. Yeah, we just went over that. Frazee is going with the general denial defense. He could easily squeak through. This has been catered to Patrick. Cripple Creek is a small town. I'm surprised they found 12 jurors. I'm from the area. All you see and hear is the Frazee case, and they will him guilty, I'm sure. You think so, Monica? They want him guilty? Yeah. Something is up with that girl cleaning up the mess. Who does that? Top shelf. My uncle's murder trial was televised. I was 8, and they would put my siblings and I on the camera a lot. I felt it gave more notice of the case. Did his best friend testify about saying no body, no crime? Yes, that is true. It would be enough for me. That is true. Hi, everybody. I'm just listening. Hi, Kansas Sunflower. I have to work in the morning. Okay. Thanks for listening. No cameras allowed here in the UK. Yeah, I don't know how you guys do that. That's why you're all addicted to our true crime cases, because you don't get cameras in the courtroom. The girl is as guilty as he is. Right, Bethany? Yeah. Most of them have it, but this one doesn't, right? Morally, guilty verdict would be right, but legally it would be wrong. Yeah, Raymond? How do you think she isn't proved dead, blood everywhere, and she never comes out again or uses her bank or is seen from or heard from? That's ridiculous, Lily says. Some judges today are just way off. That's why you're all here. Hi, April. You're very nervous that he won't be found guilty? I know, right? That's right, Diana, right? He will get custody of his baby if he gets away with it. Oh, I don't want to think about that. Judge should have made it public. I get it. Once upon a crime in the Midwest. I don't know. What do you think they'll get to their closing statements tomorrow? Maybe if they get. I don't know that the. Jimmy's got the TV so loud. Jimmy, where's the puppy? In there?
Yeah.
Okay. Beyond a reasonable doubt are very powerful words coming from the defense in closing and the judge. Right. All trials should be public. The custody bit. I think Kelsey's mom would fight for that baby. Just think what a nightmare it will be for Kelsey's family. Absolutely. But he will be found guilty. Let's hope that justice is done. Unless the jury is completely blinded by CSI effect. And as long as they are intelligent at all, it should be obvious. think the judge is certainly getting talked about for having his totally closed courtroom. I don't like the idea Frazee has a few family members in law enforcement. You love the puppy, yeah. Can't imagine Kelsey sitting there with the blindfold on, and then he hits her. What a coward. It will depend on what the judge's instructions are to the jury. It's crazy to think he may walk free and keep his child. Yeah, I'm going to reserve and wait for the closing statements and then the judge's instructions. Beyond reasonable doubt doesn't always work. Remember OJ? Yeah, very, very clearly. Very clearly. Tick, tick for Kenny when defense starts. Crystal couldn't have done it unless she bled and gave her phone to him for 2 days. What was she doing for 2 days? As a jumping rider, I can tell you that horse people are tough. I don't buy she was afraid of him. Tough, what is it? I have mixed feelings about cameras in court. I don't know all the arguments for and against. Transparency is important, but still lots of miscarriages of justice. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to, what'll happen if they're, like, this jury is not sequestered, right? So what will happen on the weekend? Will they sequester them for the verdict or what? Or they say just do it, start deliberations on Monday? I don't know. It breaks your heart when you know something proves guilty and the judge clears them. The judge will give most common instructions. I think it will be Monday or Tuesday. You were a horse person, but you've always been terrified of people. Just saying. I don't think Kenny went there to clean. I think she went there to plant Kelsey's blood and foreign DNA, so it looked like someone abducted her. Carol and I have exciting news, but it's off the subject. I am reviewing and recapping 90 Day Fiancé. Will you watch, please? I will watch, please. Are you doing the 90 Day Fiancé? I'm behind in my 90 Day Fiancé. I just started to catch up a little bit. Definitely I will watch the 90 Day Fiancé. If you like 90 Day Fiancé recaps or makeup or pugs, follow Palettes and Pugs there. Go over there and subscribe. Also subscribe to Mama Ames and Casbat and Random Guy Jeff and Diana. Support our community. Good morning, Bella Mac. Who else am I missing? Am I missing? Because I'm bad. Like sometimes I forget things and I don't mean to. Heck yeah, I have 90 Day Fiancé video coming on tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, I'll look for it. Lisa H, you can see Carolyn. You can't see me? You can't see me, Sharon? I think Crystal expects. Is anyone seriously disturbed by the prior owner's tendency to bleed like crazy? Yeah, oh, believe me, oh gosh. A mere camera hooked in a courtroom is not going to ensure that there'll be justice for all. Oh, the prior owner said they asked her if she bled in the house, and she said, yes, she bled a lot in the house. She has very thin skin, and especially when she was, oh, you're welcome, Janelle. When she was packing to move, she was cutting her fingers like crazy, and blood, was getting on everything. And because she has such thin skin, she didn't wear Band-Aids, and she let the air dry. So, yeah, she'd have blood and DNA all over the place. You can't deliver. There was still the previous owner's blood was still on the tub. I can't believe. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty gross, right? You're making a DIY throw pillows using Dollar Tree cloth Christmas. You know, oh my gosh, I have to tell you, Hennessy, that Ollie's had some really nice, I mean really nice, woven Christmas placemats. And I almost bought, they were like $1.29 each, or maybe even 99 cents each. I don't know, but they were like tapestry kind, and then vintage like Christmas. Some of them said Merry Christmas, and I said these would be great for throw pillows. But then I don't know what happened. I just said, then I got nervous that I wasn't. I don't know, and I didn't get them. But if you're near an Ollie's, Hennessy, you should try and see if you can get those if you want to make throw pillows. They had some gorgeous ones. Do you think that she's coming free? This is exactly like people hating NK more than Watts. Amazing how women are blamed for everything, even murders committed by men. Sounds very nice. They're easy to make. I'll check them out. But do you make them, do you sew them? Because see, I wanted to sew them. I know some people like use hot glue. I didn't want to use hot glue. The only thing I was worried about, like the seam allowances, if it was enough or too, you know what I'm saying? Use hot glue. So hot glue, yeah, you could use that because you don't have to worry about the seams. That's what I was saying. Like I just wanted to do something like more permanent, but Ollie's does have really nice ones. Really nice. Even like the vintagey looking ones. You didn't hear that the previous owner's blood was on the tub. Yeah, go back to, when did we hear about that? Yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before? Yesterday, I think. It was on the floorboards, I thought, the previous owner. The previous owner was, no, I think it was, they said that, would it be, could you place Patrick, Kelsey, and the previous owner in there with that? Yes. Kelsey's parents are raising her baby. They must fear an O.J. Simpson repeat. He got his kids back after killing their mother. Did he get I don't think he got the kids back, did he? I don't think so. Because remember, then he was arrested again. I don't think he got the kids back. Your mom had skid like that? Where is my heater? Yeah, no, I'm good now. I had it running before when I was compiling all my stuff. Because this judge didn't want the cameras. He said it was an old courthouse. It wasn't built for to be streaming stuff like that, and somebody could potentially, photograph a juror or something, and they have people coming in and out to use the courthouse, and it's very small and it's very antiquated, and it just wasn't going to work out. You're going to knit a listen. I'm knitting a scarf. Oh yeah? He did get kids back. It was years later. He got arrested again. He got the kids back? I'm not remembering that. The mother's mom has custody, yeah. Did you guys hear in California? Yes, Evelyn, it's a shame. The judge is in league with Patrick Frazee, painfully obvious. It's finally Friday. Tell me I'm dreaming. You're not dreaming. It's Friday. I forgot to make pumpkin cookies today. You sent the email about the Freedom Program. Okay, I'll check in a sec. Just I'll finish this discussion because then I leave and I have to come back and it's crazy. I will check. Joking. He wants some. Patrick's blood was in 2 places in the condo. Not too important, I guess. You bruised with a brisk gust of wind. But the picture she painted was about her. Yeah, I bruised like that too, Robin. Yeah, but she was like bleeding. She had very thin skin, she said. Hi, Christine. It makes you think really hard. I always felt it was the wrong verdict. It's the fact she did nothing for that baby that saddens me. Shooter's birthday was today. He had his girlfriend and his mom in the hospital. Won't tell me neither one of them knew he was. I saw your cookies, so puffy and yummy. They were. OJ custody. Judge Nancy Wibbins said there was no evidence OJ harmed the kids and awarded custody. But what other female tooth would happen to be in the fire? Okay, but Lily, here's the thing. Yes, you could say, even if Kelsey, that it's Kelsey, you say, okay, she was, but they're going to say, how do you know for certain, beyond a reasonable doubt, that, that Patrick killed her? There's going to be that. There could be reasonable, well, could that, I don't know what's going to happen, But even when you have a body, there can still be, reasonable doubt with if the defendant killed that person. So I don't know. I don't think it's enough just to have the tooth, because okay, Lily, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. Let's wait and see the closing arguments, the defense witnesses, and then let's see. But you're out of the loop. You need to catch up. Neighbors, I just don't know why. If I was on the jury, I want to know why we have no footage of Crystal except at the Sonic. Why? It must be so hard knowing where Kelsey's body is, not knowing. But they can't say it's hers. They can't say what is hers. Oh, I thought it was 3:33. Why no Crystal footage? I don't understand, Kristen. That's like my biggest thing. Why don't we have Crystal footage? And nobody seems to be answering that. How come we saw Kelsey, Patrick with the furniture store footage? We saw them going in and out of the apartment, but we don't have anything with Crystal. Nothing. Nothing except that phone ping in, but was that when she was at the Sonic? I don't know. Yeah, there is a PayPal address in there, Katie. In the video description, there's a PayPal. Thank you. Hi, J Bells. So, I don't know. Hennessy sent a picture. Oh, okay. I'll take a look at pictures and I'll go through the email in a minute. The conviction rate without a body is 88%. Yes, Lisa, but it's so high because they only take the best cases without a body to court. The ones that there isn't, they don't. That's why it's so high. It's very deceiving. Hi, Astira. Sonic is a fast food place. There's no evidence of Shanann. Well, they have her car at least pulling out, and we do have her walking into the house, Shanann. Right, Robin. Yeah, I just don't. Did anyone see the picture of Cadel doing the book signing? No, I did watch the Dr. Oz thing. I knew it was so superficial. And then what does he say? He says something like he's going to do something on NK, it's coming up, and then they don't even have that part of it on? What was up with that? Maybe the camera's glitched. But all that time, how about the furniture store? You know, all of those cameras glitched? Oh boy, I don't know. Hi, Angela, Callie. Hi, Callie. How are you doing? I need to eat something, but I don't know what I want. Oh, and 80s girl, I said in the beginning, Mama Ames bought some socks at Dollar Tree that made me think of the snowman projects, and she was thinking of snowman projects. Let me know about the snowman project. You watched Dr. Oz. They needed mommy. They were off the beam in big parts. Yeah, when I watched it, it was on YouTube, and it was like broken up. It was from his show. It wasn't from someone else. It was broken up in 4 parts. It was ridiculously short, and pickle beets. And I don't know. And then he said, okay, coming up on our next segment, where is the mistress? And blah, 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 blah. And then nothing. All right, so let me look at the email now. Okay. Now, choking on ashes, when did you send me? When did you send it to me? Okay, so I have Hennessy's. This is a picture of a Dollar Tree. Now, so you did these with hot glue then? Now I wish I really wish I had gotten the ones at Ollie's then. Probably now I go back, they're not there, and now that I just told everybody about them, they're really not going to be there. And I had them all in my cart. Yeah, that's what they're like. Now, you got these, see, are these like a really heavy, like a tapestry kind? You got them at the Dollar Tree? I haven't seen those at my Dollar Tree. But Ollie's had really, I mean, so many different patterns. Ones that said Merry Christmas, just really nice. But those look great. So how do you get, so you just put hot glue on there and then you just stuff them? Then I wonder if you just, now then you made that ridge, if you just, what if you just sewed it without turning it inside out, but just so that it wouldn't pop open? I don't know. Choking on ashes. When did you send me the email? You've got to give me like a time. Hi, Dusty Woman. I get a lot of email and I have to like filter through it. Oh, and I'm so sorry. I need MC. Have we seen MC Camps? MC Camps, if you hear me, you're not going to believe this. I cannot find your address. And I know you sent it to me and I'm trying to get all this stuff out and I want to get it all out tomorrow. Please send me your address so I can get all this stuff out tomorrow. Please, 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 please send me your address. I've tried every search in my email for your address and I cannot find it. And if you won something on that giveaway show and you haven't sent your addresses, please send it in. Jimmy's like, when are you gonna get this stuff packed up? But I'm ready. I have my envelopes and stuff here with my marker. I just need to get all the addresses. It won't let me pull it up. Is there an easier way, like a link? Yeah, why don't you email me, Katie? Can you email me? And then I can just shoot you a link. If you, Carolyn at truecrimechat.org, and I'll shoot you a link. Hey, Two Scooter. Hi, Pet Nanny. So what else? Remember also when Patrick goes in, it's reported he has something under his shirt, not unlike a bat. Correct, Lily, correct. I'm very hard around here. My brother came home. He's in rough shape. He can't get up to go to potty. Oh my goodness. You have to go do the school run? Okay. All right. Have fun, Bethany. Yeah, can you get a home healthcare worker for him? No, I think that the tapestry type of placemats from the Dollar Tree, I think she said. But they have them at Ollie's. They have really nice ones at Ollie's too for like $1.29 or something. Thank you, Pet Nanny. Dollar Tree, Janelle. Mama Ames got some stuff I didn't see. I haven't been to Dollar Tree in like a week. And we saw a Dollar Tree up after we got the puppy. And though we couldn't stop there because it had just closed. So I didn't get to go to any Dollar. We were like so pressed for time. We went to a really nice Walmart in Batavia. It was like the nicest Walmart I've ever been in. But you know what? They still didn't have any of the vintage Christmas stuff. Not in Batavia. Not at all. I got a puppy, Barclay. Okay, Lonnie, you're going to have a good rest? I hope your appointment goes well. We're happy you're here, Lonnie. Pretty sure it was just a side alley on the side. And the alley that they changed was in front of, actually, everyone was a bit more convinced. Yeah, Top Shelf, it changes like that. I don't know. And then some people don't want to jinx it. Like, I'm one of those, even when I knew I did really good on a test, but I never wanted to say it too much because I didn't want to, was one of those. Sister Shay did a video, right, and she shows where the alley is. Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you, Angel Kelly. I'm praying for you too. Oh, Angel Kelly, Mama Ames wants your address. Can you send it to me so I can give it to her, please? Your mailing address? So Sometimes it helps rewatching as the trial goes. Yeah. And I tried to do the affidavit, but I have to trim pieces out. I don't know what the heck happened. I was falling asleep when I was doing it. I don't know. And now I put it into process, and it takes like 48 hours for YouTube to do a simple trim. It's the worst editing program ever. YouTube is tripping out tonight. Is it, Astira? I also want to find a really skinny, like a really skinny tall tree for my kitchen in a corner so I can, I don't know. I'm trying to find a really skinny one. Just because I feel like I have so many ornaments this year. Your YouTube wake up is tripping too? Really? Oh, Bella Mac. Jimmy said to me, where did you get those mints that they're like butter, but they're mint? And Luke and I were eating them. They're really good. And I said, did you eat them all? And he said, no. But they like these. In fact, I'm going to have one now because somebody will complain. She's eating candy. Yours is buffering? If someone told me they were thinking of killing someone, I would kill to be able to go to the cops, wear a wire, and save them. I just think they could have come out with a little bit of a better name because it actually says Mentos, and I think of feet, and feet are not appetizing. They actually say Mentos. I don't like to be the first to say buffering, in case it's just me. And then Veronica got me treats from Canada, and I've already had these. And the shortbread are very good. And what else did I have? No one has been brave enough to try the Marmite. Feet are not minty. It's ye old-fashioned English sweet shop recipe. Oh my gosh, speaking of that, there was the most amazing, and I'm going to look it up because I'm sure it's very popular, in that Civil War town candy store. The building had to be 70 feet long by like 30 feet wide. Big carousel horses in it. It looked like, because it was an old-fashioned town, and it was a candy store. But we were, of course, rushing to get to the place. And I have to tell you a funny story about the breeder. And it could make a really good short story. And I think I thought it was just me. But Jimmy's been talking about it for 2 days. When he found the breeder, he said, I found the breeder thanks to, the Ramblers. Who was it? Jessica? Yeah. All right. He was, I'm going to get so much slack for this. Flack for this, not slack. So he's telling me that, as he's telling me everything, he says, she asked who was coming, because, she lives out in the middle of nowhere. She has a farm. And I just sat there for a minute by myself, and I thought, I've been speaking to a lot of breeders. And not one has asked me who I'm coming with, right? So I started to get a really weird feeling, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go down and call her. And I called her, and she was a lovely lady. She was in her 60s, but she's not internet savvy at all. She doesn't go on the internet at all. She has a phone that she can text pictures, but she doesn't go on the internet. I said, I saw, it must be your daughter posted a picture of your Cairn Terriers. Because I saw a litter of those, right? And she goes, oh yeah, she must have did that a while ago. But she does have a grooming shop in town or something. She never mentioned a son. She never mentioned a husband. She mentioned that her driveway was really bad. But to me, if your driveway isn't steep, it's not really bad. We have a driveway that goes like this. And if there's you will slide down. That's what I call really bad. To me, if it's flat, it's not really bad. So she said, you have all-wheel drive? I said, yeah, we do. Okay. Remember, I only take cash. Oh, I know. Oh, that's fine. We'll have the cash. Okay? So anyway, we set out. Jimmy always makes us wait because he's always the first one up, but the last one in the car. We're all in the car. We get on the road always an hour later, at least an hour later than what we expected. But it gets so dark now that at 5 o'clock it's pitch dark. Right? And she keeps saying, call when you're like 10 minutes, when you're 10 minutes away. Call. Thinking like, wow, they really want to know when we're there. Okay. So literally after we got out of Batavia, it was a ghost town, okay? There was just one cornfield after another. One cornfield after, maybe one house, then a cornfield cornfields for 10 miles. No one would ever find us, okay? And stupid me doesn't tell my older boys or my daughter where we're going because I want it to be a surprise. Right? When I put someone said, oh, it'd be a surprise. So I'm starting to get a little freaked out because it's really, really dark. And so I said, well, wait a minute, I've got to tell someone where the hell I'm going. So I had a friend on chat and stuff. I was like, listen, this is where I'm going. This is the name of the kennel. This is the town that it's in. And listen, if you don't hear from me in, a matter of, 30 minutes or so, call the police and tell them where I am. Okay? All right. So we get on this desolate road, and we can't even see like the numbers on the house to know that it's one. So we say, oh, this driveway's bad, and the snow was like this high, and we're going down, and as we're going towards the house, this guy with this hat and like hunting garb, right, is running. Jimmy doesn't even remember him running to the car, running up the driveway. And now two things are going through my head. We're going to be dead very soon. This is a horrible, horrible thing that we did here. This is not going to end well. There are no puppies here probably, and this is like a death trap. Or I thought, we're in the wrong person's house, and this guy has a gun under his arm because he's, and he's just going to start shooting at us, thinking, who the hell are these people, right? So I'm going to, and then the third thing I was worried about we're going down the driveway, and he's running towards the car, and I'm saying, oh my gosh, if we slide, you'll kill this guy, right? So all of those things are going through my head, and I'm trying to pretend I'm on the phone with someone, and I go to Jimmy, don't get out of the car. Don't get out of the car. I don't have a good feeling about this. I don't know who this guy is. She never mentioned a guy. Don't get out of the car. What does Jimmy do? Gets right out of the car. Right out of the car. Because things are going through my head now. Do we have a gun in the car? Do we have a hammer? What, can I take a big knife somewhere? I'm trying to get weapons. I'm trying to get our game plan when they take us, right? Jimmy just jumps out of the car. And then Luke jumps out. And Ethan and I are in there. And I'm trying to get Jimmy to pay attention. Like, this is not a good idea. This is not going to end well. So, but he's like, come on. So I'm like, what the hell? And all I could see, he brings us into the house. And go into that. So Jimmy says, you have Westie puppies? We're here. Yeah, I got Westie puppies. I got them. So I'm like, okay. But I was really scared. So you went into the farmhouse, right? And you go in through one door. And then you have to go in through another door that closes behind you. And we all ended up in the kitchen. Oh, I have 334. And then we're standing in the kitchen, and I don't see the mother, okay? I look into the house as neat as a pin. I look at the living room, and I see the parents and the two puppies. I still felt like we were going to get killed. Then I see the mother come out, okay? And she's very, very tall, and like she could take me in a minute, okay? And the other guy's got, Jimmy's like, no, I've got it. But all hanging on the walls, because they have a farm and I guess they have horses and stuff, are all these like horse bridles and these other things that have rings on the end of them, right? And then you see down the hallway, there's like rooms, okay? And all I had a vision of, we are going to get hit on the head, and we're going to be tied up in these rooms, and no one's going to know. Like Jimmy goes, well, what if they say that we're going there? I said, what are they going to say? They're going to say they never came. They stood us up. The guy's going to get rid of our car. We got an envelope of freaking cash. We're dead. We're dead. Right? So I'm still like, I can't even calm down, even though I see the puppies. I have this terrible feeling, because if you saw the driveway, like Jimmy said, is there a place to turn around so we could go out head first, He said, no, when we were leaving, you got to back out. And for Jimmy to think it's hairy, it was hairy, because he doesn't think anything is hairy. I know that I wouldn't be. Like, if I was backing out of that driveway, I would be like, I would never be flying out of there, because I didn't want to slide off and hit a tree and then not be able. It's not somewhere you could just run. And then to run by foot, it was pitch dark. And you're like on the border of Canada where there's freaking grizzly bears, okay? I wasn't running off in those woods. So now I'm freaking out. And nobody's really inviting us into the living room area until the mother comes out, and she's like, okay, go in. And I'm still, as I'm in there looking at the puppies, I'm looking at all the stuff on the walls. And then she had beautiful sketches. She was a great artist. They didn't do any, but it was just, and they had this big oil drum thing. It was like, it was heating, the house was like so warm. I'm looking at the puppies kind of, but I'm still freaking. We're going to be killed. And I really didn't sell. And then what does Jimmy do? The first thing, takes the envelope of cash out. Like, he just can't wait to show them. Like I said, at least they could have been guessing. Maybe we had the cash in the car. Maybe they don't know where the cash was. Jimmy takes the cash right out. So I'm like, okay, good. Now we're totally dead. Thanks. for taking the cash right out. She's got the bank envelope, right? So I'm just like, oh my gosh, Jimmy, put the cash away, right? Put the cash away. We got to pick a puppy first. And he's like, you want to give him the kids? Who wants to give him the cash? And I'm like, oh my gosh, put the freaking cash away. So now I keep looking at the guy because like I'm thinking we're going to turn our back, all be bending down over the puppies, and that's when we're all going to get hit in the back of the head. So I'm keeping my eye, and I have the GoPro. I'm recording my surroundings. I'm trying to pretend like maybe I'm like live somewhere that someone's watching this. I pretended I was on the phone when I was going in, right? So I didn't calm down for like 15 minutes until I saw like they're okay. I think they're okay. And then when we got out to leave, but then I still had a feeling like we were going to have the puppy, we were going to give him the cash, and then like they were going to be like locking the door and saying, you didn't think you were really going, right? You didn't think this was for real, did you? Until we get in the car and they tell us we have to back down, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, we're probably going to hit a tree or something. So then we get out of the driveway, and normally Jimmy will tell me, oh, that was crazy. He says yesterday, he goes like this, we play classical music when we chop up the bodies. And I go, what are you talking about, those people? And he goes, we play classical music when we chop up the bodies. And I said, is that what you thought? And because he's like, and then he goes, but I would have taken them. He goes, I would like them to think that I'm weak, but I'm not, and I'll take them. I've always been like that. That's what he said. So I said, but there were, there's only one of you, Jimmy. She would have gotten me. She was much taller than I was, and like what he's saying, no, I would have gotten, we would have had a plan, you would have called 911. So anyway, then just now in the bathroom before I came down, he goes like this, I imagine the guy with the leather apron on with his back towards us, sharpening the knives and saying, I'm going to take your bones out right now. And I'm like, and he was going to town with this thing, right? And he goes, and I'm going to do the leg and the arm so you know how I do this. And I'm like, Jimmy, my gosh, really did you? But it was creepy. It was really creepy. And I don't mean like, they were nice. They were really nice. But like the way she said something about, well, why don't you homeschool your kids? I don't know, like it was, and how I'm thinking like, why was this breeder like not around, like on these other sides? But I know now because she's not on the internet, and her daughter, like she doesn't even know about it. That's what, but I was scared to death, and I still keep thinking about that. And halfway when we got home, he goes, that was someplace, right? And I go, yeah, but maybe if we went during the day, it wouldn't have been so scary. At night, it was freaking me the freak out. So, anyway, if they ever watch this, if they ever get the internet, they are lovely people. They were very nice. The dog's great. It was just a little spooky being out that close to Canada, and she didn't know. They're really not internet savvy, but if they are, it was just a little scary, but they were lovely people. It was just something was just scary, really scary about it. It was like, do you ever see American Gothic? And those people were really nice. Like they were, oh, you're going to be a member of the Clean Plate Club, honey. And they were really nice. And then it turned really bad. But she was really nice. I mean, she gave me a collar and a leash, and I left it. She's like, "Oh, don't go to Walmart." She's a sweet lady, very, very sweet lady. He was really nice. The son, she just didn't mention the son, so that's why I was like, really taken back. House was neat as a pin. You know, she had Westy stuff around the sink. She had lots of drawings that she did. Well, I know Janelle, but I was trying to get the stuff out, like the weapons and things. But I do have GoPro and stuff. I haven't gone through the video. I have to go and put that up. Oh, Todd is here? Todd's here. Did he solve the problem on his end? Your husband and you had a trip like that? You were driving up the lone driveway, all overgrown with trees. My husband says, I think I hear the banjos. Oh my gosh. Looks can be deceiving. I trust. Yeah, crazy cat lady. I really told Jimmy, like, and I guess we're still thinking about it. Carolyn, did you hear that a family went missing yesterday? Oh my gosh. I mean, Todd, did you email me? Did you get your end fixed? We would have been on it. I know. And I did let someone know, a couple of people. Architect, I'm like, this is where I'm going. If you do not hear from me, send the police. You had to go out and come back? She was nice. She was lovely. I mean, but it was scary. Imagine it was, even though there was a full moon, imagine this. It was pitch black. And they had like no exterior lighting except for like, and then I just kept thinking, like, what about all those doors if he's locking them as we're going in? It was scary. Oh, yes, Sarah. Hi, honey hush. You know, somebody asked me, what is the ma'am community? What is that? What is the ma'am community? Making a murderer? Oh, somebody said that in the beginning. You knew her? Ziggy? Yeah, sorry to hear that. The son killed himself too? How old was his son? Because Jimmy was telling her that I've worked from home now since after for a while now that I'm able to work from home, and just came up like the boys go to school, and she said, you should homeschool them because they can get everything on the computer, all the curriculum. And Jimmy's like, I just do not have the patience for that. And she's like, no, go ahead and do it. And then her daughter does it. The Mentos are very good. Yeah, this is my second Mento. And I know I'm going to have so many comments like, please don't ever suck on candy when you are in front of the microphone. It's disgusting. I had to leave. I had to turn it off. I love those comments. And, you know, I love the fake comments when they tell you, like, something, like, they've never been on your channel before. They come in and they tell you something crazy, like, you know, I really used to like watching you, but when I saw you drinking that water with ice, it turned me off so bad I had to unsubscribe to you, and I will never come back again. And I'm like, and you look at the name, and it's like nobody you've ever seen. They've never been sub to you. And it's like, or the ones that say, you're so bad. I couldn't even listen to you for 5 minutes, but they spend 10 minutes leaving me a comment. The John Bonet, that's where we're hoping Todd will come on. Because I am not so much. I mean, I think my mother used to follow that and used to think the brother did it. and the parents covered up because they didn't want to lose another child. But then Bella Mack had me watch something today. What was that, Bella? I couldn't watch the whole thing, and the parents were like laughing and smiling and stuff. Is Todd? I want to see if Todd has an email to me. Did choking on ashes ever answer me about the oh, and there was another case about an hour and 20 minutes from me where someone left a newborn baby out on a rock and the baby froze to death. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Jeanette, I'll take care of the other problems with the video. I have to trim it up. It's just, there's nothing missing. It's just, there's dead air in there in between. I'll trim it up or I'll put another one on there. Okay, Katie, yes, I've got, okay. I don't see anything from Todd yet. Come on, Todd. Isn't Todd the guy in Christmas Vacation? Yes, Todd. No, Todd. Julie Louis-Dreyfus, right? So. Okay, so choking on ashes, if you could give me the time frame, that would really be helpful. Todd, I have nothing from you. Just saying. I don't know, Margot. Yeah. He's trying now? Okay. Good night, Robin. Hi, Melly Mel. The next minute I'm a unicorn. Did anyone see a subscriber on another channel? Yes, Ziggy, in the Making a Murderer community. I didn't know the person. I hear you. I'm in chat, but all is on my screen is Patrick. Does anybody see me on the screen? Todd, you just sent me an email? Okay. I'll check it in 1 second. Can you see me on the screen? You see me. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, let me get the invite. I'm hoping that okay, because who just said she couldn't see me? Someone just said they couldn't see me. Carol Boyce can't see me. So, let's see. Todd, oh my gosh, I did receive this, Todd. Oh boy, do you know what the problem was on your end? Sorry, I don't know. Okay, now I just sent you the number. Evelyn shared a photo with me. Did you make this, Evelyn? Did you make these, Evelyn? I don't know. Evelyn, I have to go back to the chat. Okay. That's good. I like to make things with rocks. I always, are those rocks or are they clay? I like to make things with rocks. They are my rock picks, but you make them? Maybe it's going to settle down now. So you guys are having a problem. I am gonna put on my foot heater. So if it's really loud, just let me know. Because I have it on full blast. Let's see now. So they are your rock picks, but do you make them? I'm trying to go back in the chat. Carolyn, she said yes. Can't you hear her? Yeah, thank you. You're making one for me. Thank you. Turn up your keyboard. Right, I like that. What happened? Oh, is Honey Hush talking about the Ziggy thing? How was how old, do you know how old the son was and how old she was? Foot heater. Oh, we just talked about that last night, Jeanette. I said if it's too loud, I'll shut it off. But I used to I have a mat somewhere. It's like a foot mat you put under your desk when you want extra heat. She was 61 and her son was 36-ish. But why did her son kill himself? Like, I mean, what? Did he spend his whole life taking care of her and he had nothing else? Like, what was going on? You're going to go, oh, hi, Caroline. You're going to go to bed and listen. You woke the beast last night and got in trouble. Really? Oh, dear. Tell him you're the boss of your own self. There's no further... Oh, okay. Mommy, pebble pictures are all the rage here down under. Oh, really? I'm having two done with kitties, of course, and they will send pics. You'll send pics? Okay, please do. Please do. It's only too loud if the noise blows back your hair. Like you're in a rock video. Other than that, go for it. Okay. Todd's problems with the emails was that they were going into his drafts. Oh, okay. Brother was beaten to death with a baseball bat. Carolyn, Honey Hush's brother was... What? Now? Oh my gosh, Honey Hush. What? Why? In some random attack or someone he knew? I'm so sorry. What happened? There's so much going on. What? Her adult movies. Yeah. Did you really tell Desi's parents you would take care of him? Yes, I did, Janelle. Yes, of course I did. I felt bad for his mom. I'm like, don't worry, we're gonna love him. We'll take care of him. I'll send you pictures. Yeah, the dad too, and they gave him kisses. I have video of it. And his brother, and then I had to tell his brother that don't you worry. It's not that don't ever think that you're the last one and that nobody wanted you, and it's not true. It's just, it's just, you're great, you're awesome. I would take both of you. You're awesome. You're not picked last. Don't feel bad about yourself or anything. I told the little brother that. I'm like, this was just the right fit for us. It doesn't have anything to do with you, and some lady's gonna come tomorrow, and you're gonna go to a really nice home, and your brother, here's your brother. You'll always remember each other. Yeah, I get very sad like that. I would have taken them all, like the parents. Come on, let's go. Like, I kept looking at the mother, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So what did Honey, I'll have to go back. Honey Hush, this just happened? I didn't go to pick our puppy, as I would have come back with a couple. When I got Delilah, her breeder was like, she was the same way about like saying goodbye to and then she couldn't come to where we picked her out until her husband was there, so he had all these things he had to do for her and to tell Delilah. But then I stayed in contact with her still till now. I'm friends with her on Facebook and everything, and she was always checking up on Delilah and everything, and all the puppies that were in that litter. You bought an Instant Pot at Costco tonight. My long-suffering husband left me alone for a few minutes, and I kept tossing stuff in the buggy. Oh, years ago, but was making a comparison. I see. Okay. We're trying to find the case number now. How did I choose? He was real cuddly. The other guy he just had a little bit of more wiry hair. He wasn't quite as cuddly, but he was cuddly. I mean, he believe me, he'll make a good dog. He just might have been at a little bit of a different stage. He was a tiny bit smaller. I mean, his hair was like thicker and more wiry. And at first, Jimmy and I thought the kids were going, for that one. And then I was just holding the one that was a cuddler was, I don't know, it just felt right. You just feel it. I can't explain it. Same with Harry, where we got Prince, our puppy. We're getting another next year, a little girl next time. Oh, yeah? Oh, sorry, Honey Hush. So I'm seeing something about this shooting. The gunman shoots 5 classmates and himself in Santa Clarita. Why did that happen? What was going on there? Go get him chipped. Find out how people choose their animals. Yeah, it's just a feeling. Where's my chip? Let me see if I can find my chip. Do I have my... Where's the puppy? You said you weren't going to do that. What if he's Oh yeah, sleeping?
Just took a quick shower.
You took a quick shower.
Yeah, you got
What?
I need to turn you down for a little bit. Not yet. Just wait up.
I'm good.
It's not too bad. Just took a shower.
Trying to see something. Let's see. Oh, here, let me see. What's the matter, Jimmy?
So that means everything's dry.
How come I can't, what's everything's dry?
Well, yeah, your stuff's upstairs, man.
Where's the,
Your towels and stuff.
I can't see anything. Let's see. I think that was, let me see here. No, I'm just trying to, hold on. I'm trying to, I think he was saying goodbye to his brother. What's Mahal? I'm trying to show a picture. That's, let me see. That is Desi. Yeah, that's Desi. I know. He's saying goodbye. Hi, Winter Snow on. They're still searching for a motive. It was the shooter's 16th birthday. Okay.
Classmates is
There was what? 5? Would you 5 classmates? What?
5 classmates and himself.
But they didn't all die, right?
No, I think 2 died. Okay, I mean him too. He might be counting him too.
Where's the picture of his brother? Is that the brother? That might have been a picture. I have video. I have a lot of video, but I think that is the brother there. I don't know. I have to go through my pictures. Oh, there's the 2 puppies. Now I can't tell which one is which there. I'm pretty sure this is the brother. You can see like the hair is different. I'm pretty sure that's the brother. This is, yeah, this has to be Desi. They have all their all the shots are supposed to have Janelle, yeah, and they're gonna go. He's gonna go to the vet for his checkup. Looks like he's having a conniption. But yeah, no, I've got to go through my stuff, and I'll see. I'm gonna post a video. I have a lot of video of the picking them up and them saying goodbye to their dad and stuff. That's my camera strap hanging down. That his dad was trying to take pieces of my GoPro and eat it a little bit. Todd is having trouble. Jimmy, what are you doing? That's not good. That's messed up my lighting really bad. Will you shut the? You didn't know I was still on?
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry, gamblers. Sorry, honey.
Good night, crazy cat lady. What's Todd doing? He can't. No, not Todd. He's gonna have trouble finding out the phone. He just shut all the lights on me. He was thinking the same as you. Oh my gosh. Where's Todd? Todd? Todd, are you having problems calling in? His end, yeah. It's always something's wrong with his end. Content sounds like should be a place in. Who is Todd? He's real. Yeah, I know he's real. He is 100% real. You sent me an email, Candace? Okay. How come I can't? Come on. Candace, where did you send the email? Did you send it to True Crime Chat? Because I am not going into Mommy Ramblings, because if I do, I'm going to have a conniption myself, because I'm so far behind on blog stuff, and there's probably like people in there. Did you get my article? I need to post it tomorrow. I'm not doing that tonight. But no, send it to truecrimechat.org. And Choking on Ashes, please let me know. Oh, very cute girl with the red balloon. Remember that short, the boy with the red balloon or something? Remember that one? It was so sad. I still have to find those PBS things that we used to watch at school. Todd, Carolyn, I'm here. I didn't realize that you would want me to call on tonight. Could we do it tomorrow? Yes, that's fine. That's fine. It'll be a different number tomorrow. The number gets changed, but at least you'll see what it's like, okay? Good. And at least we know you got your problem fixed. On your end. Oh my gosh. What else? I explained to Janelle the other night, she can't do it right now. She emailed me and she's going to do it, but she just can't do it right now for a certain reason, and I understand. It's something very important. We said, oh my gosh, at the same time. So what else is going on? Todd is back. Welcome back. It's okay. I look forward. Yeah. My decoupage stuff isn't... Yes. Okay. Let me talk to her because remember, well, she was having some health issues. So we hope and pray everything is okay. Lisa DeFiore, because she was going for like some testing and stuff. So I hope everything's okay. But if it's okay, and I know you're really anxiety, but let us know about the decoupage. And what you want to do on decoupage. And also 80s Girl, the snowman, when you want to do that. And what we need. Can you at least put up a supply list? Because I think we need like a white sock, and then Mama Ames has it down. And then you get the colored socks. And she bought a bunch at the Dollar Tree. I remember my son in 4th grade. I gave him this Argyle sock, and they made this really cute little dachshund dog. It was so cute. Can we do another painting with Jeff? We have to ask Jeff. I think Jeff said yes. Jeff, can you do a Christmas painting? And can we speed it up a little bit? 7 hours is a little lengthy. You know, if we could wrap it up in like 3 hours. Is there a Christmas theme or a holiday theme or something? Be fun to do. If I had my daughter here and do one. It'd be fun. Oh, I told my daughter. My daughter was in Central Park today on a work assignment, and I said, "Isn't it cold?" And she's like, "It's freezing." But I got here on a work assignment, and then I said, you have to videotape the Macy's and Manhattan and Rockefeller Center, the tree, and all that stuff. And she's like, "Yes, I will. As soon as we get the they found out. Remember, I told you about that mold that they found out there's a leak." But they told her, like, there's no mold, but they're, like, waiting. And she said, "Well, what do you mean you're waiting? You have to change all of this stuff out." So my daughter is, like, so freaked out. And her roommate is the exact opposite. And then they're having, like, it's getting crazy. And she's, like, can't even think of anything else other than what she thinks is this mold. If you paint a close-up of a snow scene, you don't... Right, yeah. Paint like a lake with snow. Well, was Random Guy in here tonight, or was that last night? I can't even remember if that was tonight or last night. No, it was tonight. He was here tonight. Snowman with his hands over his face. Yeah. Everyone here commenting to me. I can't keep up with everything, but I see you all. Thanks. You're also very kind here. We are a very kind bunch, Todd. We have to find out where Eric is. I think I'm coming on too late for Eric. Hi, Auntie Cuckoo. I can't keep up with all you guys shopping your brains out. He said it's cool with him if it's cool with me. It's cool with me. Yeah, Jeff was here earlier. You got a good deal today? On what, Astira? What'd you get a good deal on? Who he is? What'd she get a good deal on? Auntie Cuckoo, can I ask you something? You should call in. I'd like to ask you some things about videotaping in stores. I really, really would. I've come a long way, but you know when you're like in the Dollar Tree and you're videotaping and you're just videotaping, right? What are you using to videotape? And are you ever self-conscious? And has anyone ever said to you, like, what are you doing? Are you videotaping? Has anybody ever gotten really upset? Or do you do it like really covertly, like you've got a little hook like under your jacket, like, or are you, what's going on with that? You'll call in? Okay, good. Let's have Auntie Cuckoo. I'll can you send me an email? I'll send you the number. It's Carolyn at truecrimechat.org. Oh, right there. Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, I'm wondering about that. I'd like to hear about your worst experience, because you hear things like some people said she was in the Dollar Tree and the lady went nuts on her. The lady in the store went nuts on her and said, "Are you videotaping in here?" You know, and just nuts. People don't care nowadays. Yeah, I'm better. I mean, look, I brought the stroller and everything and was videotaping out in the open at the Sheep of Wool Festival. I just have a funny feeling that if I was doing that in the Dollar Tree, that's like, I've done it in the Dollar Tree, but I have my GoPro like this, right? And I have it just sticking out of my purse, like this much is sticking out, and I put things in front of it like books. So like when you see me coming with the cart, you can't see the camera. I do all kinds of stuff like that to conceal it. And I can't get to the point. If I was with somebody, it wouldn't bother me, because then I'm like hell on wheels. So if I have somebody with me, watch out. But sometimes by myself, I'm just like afraid they're gonna just say something to me like, "What the hell are you doing?" You emailed me? Okay, good. Send it. There we go. Oh, I got your email now, Candace, too. So I'll see what you sent. Okay, you got the number going back. Gotcha. Oh, Ollie's you forwarded me? What'd you find there? I went to Ollie's today and was surprised. Are you joking? They had wedding dresses at Ollie's? Are you sure you were at Ollie's? They had really? I have not seen this. Were you in Ollie's Bargain Outlet? You were in our... Well, how much were those things? What state are you in? That is crazy. How much is... $149, and that's a wedding dress? Did you buy a wedding dress today? And they have flower... What is this? Flower Girl, or is this wedding? This other one here. Hold on a minute. Wow. They must have got like a... I'll have to see. I'll have to look at the flyers near me. They must have gotten a buyout or something. Well, ladies, you need a wedding dress. Or even, I don't know, like sometimes... That's incredible. Really cool. I don't know where you are though. Where are you? Oh, I thought this was from.
Fast.
I thought this was from one of you. It's from some seller asking me if I'd like to. What is this thing? An air purifier. Oh, my daughter just said to me, I have to get another air purifier for my room. This guy asked if he'll send me one. I'll do a video and a what is this? A body. What is this one? A body weight scale and an air purifier. Sure, I'll make you a video. All right. Let me get. That's really amazing. I'll have to check if my Ollie's has that. Oh, here is driving me crazy. Okay, so we're waiting for Auntie Kuko to come in here. Get your questions ready. Anything you've wanted to ask her about shopping with a camera. You just go on, right on and ask. What happened to Winter? I'm a minute. You can't make it for what they're charging? Where, Candace, what Ollie's was that? Good stuff, cheap. Trying to see. You're in a state of shock. I know. Wedding dresses, right, Kristen? I don't know if our... I'm trying to see where... Like that, I'm a creeper. I know, J Bells, but I'd be more of a creeper if I'm walking around with the dang thing. Do you know, I went into a McDonald's, we were driving in a drive-through at McDonald's, and it said, like, no cameras, no videotaping. Hello? Hello? Hi. I think you're on mute. Is she on mute? I think so.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I've never used Zoom before.
Oh, okay. Experience. So when you go in these stores and I see you doing your videos, you're just filming right out there in the open?
Yes, I have no shame.
You don't have any shame. You never did?
No. No.
Never.
Never.
Okay.
Never.
And you go in.
But you have to remember, so I could be at $7 trees in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like maybe because we're right outside of Los Angeles.
Right.
It's super populated and there's a lot of people here. I just don't think it's as odd. I'm sure I'm not the only person doing it because I've only been asked once kind of in a rude way and second in a really nice way.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them were at Joanne Fabric.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the first time the manager came up to me, and he was a new manager, because I get to know everybody. They know that I'm just there with my camera, and it's just a little point and shoot because it has to be light.
Mm-hmm.
It takes like an hour to film a 10-minute video.
Right.
So your arm is going to get tired.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just came over and he said, "Can I ask you what you're doing?" And I said, "Sure, I'm Auntie Cuckoo and I make videos about decor." And he was very uninterested. But his guard went down, and he was like, "Oh, okay, well, nice to meet you. Let me know if you need anything."
Right.
And then the other time was just at Joanne's, just my last video, and an employee, because it's a new Joanne's, and I don't go in there often. She came up and said,
Uh-huh.
"Are you making a video?" And I said, "I am." And I introduced myself, and people are very nice if you just talk to them. But the hard part in my area is that there's a lot of different languages.
Mm-hmm.
So I never know what they're saying in other languages around me.
Right.
And so I'm always afraid I'm going to pick up some odd conversation.
But you're good doing it like totally alone, not having somebody there, just that you could pretend you're talking to. Yeah, no. Okay.
My daughter used to come with me. If she wants something from a particular store and she knows I'm going, she'll offer to come, and then I'll remind her what it's like when I make videos, and she's like, "Never mind." Because it's time consuming, and there have been times at Hobby Lobby where she's just sitting in the chair that they have set up as a display for an hour.
Yeah.
But I prefer to be alone. I also prefer to go first thing in the morning or last thing before closing, because there's fewer people there. And I only do that because I don't want to disturb other shoppers.
Mm-hmm.
It also makes the store a lot more quiet, because there are kids who, are missing nap time.
Right.
There's always someone crying, and it's just less populated.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Because that's like the thing. It's either like, and then I have it like sticking out of my purse or something. But then like I'm so nervous. Like if anybody sees me, like they're like, "That what is that lady doing?"
Well, I will say that like when I first started, I used my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and then my storage became an issue.
Right. Yeah.
And so then it was this time last year, I had an emergency because Target was putting out stuff and I had no storage. Thank you, Janelle. So I ran with my husband. We went and picked out a lightweight point and shoot camera. And I get more looks with the camera than I ever did with the phone.
Yeah, because the phone, they could think you're talking to someone, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, or Instagram, because at least in my area, they're very used to people taking pictures for Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just, I have no shame. I guess I never really have, and I didn't realize it would be beneficial at this point in my age.
Yeah, wow, that's good. I don't know. I'm fine if like, especially if I'm with someone, then I'm like I get really brave. Like I'm let them say something, But
Wow.
by myself, yeah, I'm not as brave. Like I'm just like always looking, and I hide the camera, or I use my phone so I can pretend I'm talking to someone. Like I brought everybody into like a Turkey Hill, but then I was so scared it was in my hair, because I really pretended I was talking on the phone. But and they're like, "Carolyn, your hair is in the way. Move your hair." But yeah, so because I'm really like just paranoid, someone's going to be like, "What are you doing?" That's against
So,
you're
but
gonna have to take your
didn't
your
you
phone.
say that like your stores are open, like your Walmart is 24 hours?
Yeah, it is. It is.
So then would you feel less conspicuous like in the middle of the night, or maybe more?
But I do go like that time, and it always doesn't it. I don't know if it's like you, but when I go to film something, let's say I start and like, oh, that's the aisle I want. It's completely empty,
Yeah.
and then you go down there, and then you get like everybody and their brother coming up and you're like, what?
It does
How did
happen.
they find me?
So then
Okay.
I always do like my circle around, because what happens is I'm looking at the stuff because it's new and it's out on the shelf, and that's what everybody else does. And no fail, whenever that happens, I will take like a 5 to 10 minute walk around the store and get what I'm actually there for, and so I don't forget it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I come back and they're gone. I swear there's a numbers thing. If they see someone standing there, they want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But that's when I just try to pull back, and I have to remind myself of that often, because they just want to see it just like me, and I don't want to get in their way because they're there to spend money and I'm just there to look at it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just finally they're and then I don't know. It's probably just me. Like I just feel like they're just looking at me like, what is she doing? I don't know. It's probably, I'm sure it's just me thinking that.
Well, maybe, but So I live in a place where everyone is a size 0
Yeah.
and blonde. And so maybe I'm just used to them looking at me because I don't look like everybody else here.
It's like,
I
I
don't
don't know, like,
know.
I just feel like they're, I don't know, like, everybody's so, like, freaking scared. Like, like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, I'm cheating on my wife. Don't get me on the cameras. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But
Well,
yeah,
I do think that people who do more of vlogging style, especially out in public and in stores, have to be careful because with all the kids stuff, that's why I always try to be super close up on what I'm showing. And my camera has a pretty good sized screen on the back of it. It's almost the same size as the camera. And anyone who walked behind me could see I'm taking video of a pot holder. Like,
right.
but yeah, I'm always trying to be very, like, almost outwardly obvious. Like, I am looking at a spatula.
Well,
I am
yeah,
not looking at you.
right. And what I used to do, like, because I did a lot of blog work, and I still, like, with the Blogger Network, so I would bring in my paperwork because we would work a lot in Walmart and Target
Mm,
and we would have to get certain pictures, right? So
right,
I knew
right.
I was, but I once, believe it or not, one of the places one time was the Family Dollar Store. Do you know
Mm.
they I said, look, here's the contract I have from your corporate office with this blogging network and she said, I won't you can't videotape in here. She wouldn't. And she said to me, did
Wow.
you delete the pictures? And I'm like, yeah, I deleted the pictures. And then I called,
Wow.
I called the
Wow.
contact from the, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Because like in Walmart, we had to do cell phones and things, higher end items.
Right.
And so I would have to put the stuff in the cart. I'd have to get the actual display. So I would bring my big DSLR in there and be
Right.
taking pictures. And then some people would say like, what? And I just would just take my papers and say, I'm working with Walmart corporate and this network.
Right.
And they'd go, oh, okay, fine. And there was never
Right.
anything. One time they took me like in the back of Walmart because we couldn't find
Oh my
something I was supposed to be
goodness.
there for, and they were screaming like, "She's working with the Walmart corporate. Look at her paperwork." And I was like, "Wow, this was crazy." They took me because I was supposed to be at some
Wow.
tasting thing, and it wasn't happening, and it was supposed to be. But those
Oh.
I wasn't so freaked out about because like I remember telling someone there was a lasagna with like with Stouffer's we get we'd have to take pictures. That was the weird thing, right?
Oh my
Of the
goodness.
Stouffer's lasagna. So like this one person like, what does this woman get out of the house? She's taking pictures of the freaking Stouffer's lasagna, you know. And
Well,
I
I think that's probably part of the problem. Like you said, if you're using a very large DSLR camera,
yeah,
that's a lot. So my camera is smaller than my phone. So
yeah,
that's definitely going to attract more interest. But you would think since you're working with corporate that they would give you some sort of identification, even
right.
just like a little paper,
Well,
something.
they do. I mean, they don't give us a tag, but then I just bring my paper. I always brought my paperwork in when I did that, just to show them if they said
Okay.
to me like, "Don't take pictures" or something like that.
Right.
Because like I see
The
people get
funny,
thrown out, right? Don't they like that do those pranks? Now they're getting thrown out because they're doing pranks,
oh, I'm
but
sure. I'm
yeah,
sure. I mean, we have the issue here where there's certain days a week where the kids get out a little bit early, and inevitably there are, 10, 13-year-olds running through Target who get, thrown
mm-hmm.
out. But yeah, no, I know that there was, did you say the company that gave you trouble was Family Dollar
That one, yeah,
or
it's the only
Dollar
time I did a
General?
campaign with Family Dollar, and it's the last one I would ever do. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was for
I know that
Snickers.
they're, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. There is a gal who does live shop with me is on YouTube all the time. Her name's Bunny Birdie Gator. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember last year she has lived in the same town, and done this forever. They gave her a hard time.
Wow.
And it was like out of the blue. So that's now two people I've heard of, but we don't have a Family Dollar,
I
Dollar
hate them.
General
I mean, I had to go out of my way to find one, and I think they're all going out of business now. But they're
because
horrible.
of Dollar Tree.
Eesh. Yeah.
Because aren't they merging?
Are they?
Yeah, and did you hear the news about Five Below? Do you have Five Below where you're
Yeah.
at?
What's the news about Five Below?
They posted something on social media where I ended up seeing it. I forget where, I don't know if it was Twitter or Instagram. Anyways, it was some blurb about, we know our name is Five Below, but with the new tariffs, we're going to be increasing
10
our
below.
prices. And so we will have things that are more than $5, but most of our stuff is $5. So we're keeping our name.
Oh.
And I was like, well, yeah, that I've seen it across the board with Target this year and
Yeah.
other stores. So
Yeah, I saw some of your stuff at the Target spot. It seemed like high, right? The prices were much higher.
very,
Yeah.
like, I think the things that they chose to increase on were crazy. Like dish towels. Who's gonna pay $5 for two Target dollars bought dish towels when you could go to a place like Home Goods and get really nice ones for $5?
Right. Yeah.
But then there's signs that are very popular and seem to sell out quickly. Those they didn't bump up to $5. They're still $3. So I don't know if it's just a gradual upping of prices, but we'll see, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Wow. So this is Auntie Cuckoo. It's Cuckoo, right? Is it?
It is Cuckoo.
Yeah,
It's Cuckoo because my nephew named me Auntie Cuckoo. I was Auntie Cuckoo for like 8 years before I even did YouTube. We're his godparents, and cuckoos were cookies when he was like 2 years old.
Oh.
And I would give him as many as he wanted. And all the other nephews picked up on that really quick. And so they just all started calling me Auntie Cuckoo. My husband's the oldest of 8.
Uh-huh.
So we have a lot of little kids in the family. And so I didn't even know I was going to make videos when I made my account. One thing led to another. But I like Auntie Coco too.
Auntie Coco, yeah. But check out her channel. You know, go in and take a look. She does a lot of shopping videos, and will you go like TJ Maxx? Do you go TJ Maxx? Do you ever do that?
Well,
not really?
I do Home Goods, which
Home
is the
Goods.
basic.
Yeah.
I do Home Goods and Target and Walmart. Those are the two. It's sad. We have so many Targets where I live, which I guess that's a big problem to have. Not really. But I only have 3 Walmarts, and I wish I had more Walmarts.
Yeah.
Especially after the darn deer.
I know. I'm telling you, we went all the way up to the border of Canada and Batavia. It was the nicest Walmart I've ever been in my life. But they still didn't.
Wow.
I went in their Christmas section, and they didn't have any of that vintage stuff. None of it. And I really am going to write to the corporate office. I am, and I'm going to ask, like, who decided who gets the vintage stuff?
Right. It's very odd here because one store got that stuff, and it's not even one of the bigger, busier stores. And I know at least with Target, because I've asked, it's up to the manager as to whatever they decide to order. Because some Targets, you know, they don't order everything in the catalog.
Yeah.
They've only got a small section or something. But it's so strange.
Yeah, I am gonna ask. I keep saying I am gonna write the letter. J Bell said that Family Dollar bought Dollar Tree a while ago, but
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
I think they're probably slowly switching over. I got 2 new Dollar Trees in the last 30 days, so
Did you?
I'm pretty excited about it.
There's like none in New Jersey. Not in northern New Jersey. You can't find any Dollar Trees.
Really?
It's the weirdest thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Really weird.
Oh, wow.
Oh, like back in
wow.
2014. Wow, I'm out of the loop on that. Okay.
Wow.
Family Dollar is just such a. I can't even believe it could be the same owner because Family Dollar is just such a depressing. Even it's just disgusting. Like, by us, they are. They're horrendous. And in fact, there's one town where they have a Family Dollar going out of business right next to a Dollar Tree, and the Dollar Tree is all clean and shiny, and the Family Dollar is like we used to say from hunger. It's horrible.
Wow.
Horrible. Even my kids, look, my little kids, they go like this. Well, I guess they put these both here. Which one's going to do well? Dollar Tree or Family Dollar? It was the Dollar Tree. Like,
Yeah,
Oh
that
my God.
reminds me when my kids were little and we'd be out shopping, our daughter would ask for something and our oldest, very well trained, would say, clearly you need to see if it has a red tag on it, because if it's got a red tag on it, then it's on clearance, and then the answer is yes. Otherwise, the answer is no. They're smart. They're smart.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you go to Hobby Lobby a lot though. But Joann's, I'm never.
Yeah.
Sharon always talks about Joann's, but she goes there for fabric. Fabric, I guess, is okay.
Yeah.
But I went there
They
for.
have great stuff. I think they have wonderful taste and their buyers know what they're doing, but they price things so
Yeah.
outlandishly.
Right.
Yeah. So like I was talking with someone on Instagram tonight about how they have the same sign that says hot cocoa as Michael's,
Mm-hmm.
but it was surprising to me that they actually priced it at $39.99 and Michael's priced it at $69.99, and we both agreed it wasn't worth more than 15.
Right, I know. But you know what? Even Michael's, did you see it? They had the exact, and I mean the exact, like Hobby Lobby had one that was really close. Michael's had the exact letters to Santa metal box that Walmart had. Walmart charges $1.98 for it, and Michael's it was
Oh.
$8, and it was the exact same one. I mean, there
The
wasn't
ornament. Are you talking about the red
ornament.
box
Yeah,
ornament?
the ornament.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Exactly the
I
same.
did see that. And I was laughing when I opened my bins this year because I got them on like 90% off from Hearth and Hand at Target. I think I paid 90 cents a piece, and I opened my bins and I was like, "Oh, I'm glad I grabbed them,"
Which one? What did you get? Deer?
because they're little red mailboxes,
Oh,
but
little
they were
red
the
mailboxes.
ones that Joanna Gaines at Target from her line last year. After Christmas, I picked them up and I paid like 90 cents. I think they're originally like $4.99.
Oh wow, yeah, that's good.
So yeah, but mine are smaller. I know exactly which ones you're talking about because I just filmed the ornaments at Walmart.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
like the ornaments like they were so different what somebody had in their store and what you know
Yeah,
what we had in the stores
it's
over
true.
here. It's just I don't know why, but I really want to find out about the vintage stuff. Why they didn't just put that
Yeah.
stuff out all over the place.
So this week I finally got a chance to go over there. Michael's, have you seen the vintage stuff at Michael's?
I went in my Michael's the other day because I got the little stuff for the houses that we're making, but I didn't see much. I mean, I saw some, not much where we were.
Okay. I wonder if they have it online. I know you like that look, and
Yeah, I
they
do.
have some really cute items. I forget what they named that collection. It's not what I filmed at first. Whatever hit the shelves first was like more of a farmhouse look.
Mm-hmm.
And then the vintage stuff came out to my store. And I've seen things on Instagram where I haven't seen in my store. It's like a window, and it's got a very cute vintage Santa. I'm very picky about my Santa spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And he was peeking through the window. Oh, it was so cute. Very, very
Absolutely.
cute.
Astera said she saw the Michael's vintage this evening,
Yes, so cute.
but Astera's in
Yeah.
Arizona, so maybe
Okay, that's not far from me. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
saw it at Sassy, and
Definitely
you're in.
closest.
Are you in Michigan, Sassy? Because she saw the window with the Santa. I didn't see that. Oh.
You know how I found your channel, right?
No.
Your Dollar Tree. You did some Dollar Tree haul,
Yeah.
and you showed up on my feed, and I was like, oh.
And then you're like, this lady, what's her channel? It's like everything.
And then you showed up live, and then it was, I think it was Chris Watts, and
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff, but I just like to listen while I'm editing, because it's just like
yeah.
the house is quiet and I'm an insomniac, so
Oh, yeah.
it's really nice. It's really
Yeah.
nice.
I find out there's a lot of people that like true crime, that like crafts and hauls
yeah.
and bargain shopping. It's amazing. Yeah.
Well, to think like a crazy person, you kind of have to be creative.
Yeah, so it's yeah, we've been at this like with this live stuff. I'm almost going on a year now, and it's incredible. Like the community, the people, the friends you've made, and just the similarities between people that like true
Yeah.
crime and so much of this
You
other
know-
stuff. Like you would think like we're hardened or something. It's the exact opposite.
No.
We're all
No,
like
just
empaths and,
people, yeah.
animals,
You-
people. It's
You know who was really good is that one lady who kept taking us through her house that night.
Oh, that's Lisa. She's going to do the take. Isn't she great?
Awesome.
I love
Oh,
her.
that was the
Yeah.
best.
The
Oh,
dolls and the,
so-
she's
I
great.
got so much done that night because
I know.
it was so interesting, and I like to listen while I'm doing things. I loved it.
Oh, I thought
And then
anybody-
just when you think she ran out of material,
Yeah,
she's
she's got
like,
more
oh,
stuff."
and here's the.
And I just think any minute, like, her husband's going to come down the stairs and be like,
Right.
Lisa, what is going on? Right? It's 5 in the
Awesome.
morning, Lisa. But
So is that Lisa H, your mod?
no, it's Lisa Di Fiero.
Okay, I'll have to look
yeah,
for her
but
in
Lisa
the chat.
H, our mod, likes to go to, she loves Dollar Tree. She's hauling stuff
Okay.
and Home Goods that you go to, and Target.
Nice.
Yeah, she's buying like crazy.
So she makes videos. I'll have to look and.
I don't know if
me
Lisa,
see.
are you making videos? I don't know. She usually shows some stuff here, but she buys like a madwoman. She's always shopping. Yeah.
Oh, okay. She's my kind of person. Then that sounds.
Yeah. She should make videos. I don't know if are you making any videos of your hauls yet, Lisa?
Do
No,
it.
she doesn't have any.
The more, the merrier.
Yeah, you should.
And then sometimes, like, I feel like it's very nerve-wracking. I
Uh-huh.
just was always watching things and thinking, I've seen better stuff in my area. So one night I just sat down and did a Target haul of Christmas stuff 3
Mhm.
years ago. And I think that if you want to get used to it, it might be good to try an Instagram because it's, I don't know, you're very brave going live. That scares me to death.
It did the first time. You should see the first time we did it was about I think it was January, and everybody
Okay.
said go live, because I used to be. Here's what we used to do. We used to have the premieres for like we were really in Chris Watts at that time. So I would make a
Okay.
premiere video and we would premiere it and I would be live in the chat. So we would be live,
Right.
but I would be
Okay.
only in the chat. And then they said, please go live. And I said, I don't know. So one day I got on my island and I did it with my
Yeah.
phone the first time and I could not shut it off for like 2
Oh, wow.
hours. I tried shutting the phone, turned it back on. We were still live. I said, somebody go into someone's room. Who is on? Ask them how I shut this off. I didn't know what was going to go on. So, yeah, we couldn't shut it off. So we were
Oh,
on like a long
man.
time. But then they're like, oh, no. And I'm like, that is the last one I'm doing. And they're like, no, no. Right? Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Do you remember
Wow.
those days, right? Yeah, we
Well,
couldn't shut it off.
I think it's amazing because that, I've seen like on your channel when a, person pops in that shouldn't be there, that I wouldn't even know how to control that, with doing a video, you put it out there and then you can just flag that in your comments section. It's,
Right. Yeah. I mean, it definitely, it's a learning curve and it's nerve wracking at first, but then you get to a point like you don't care like what you look like or any, and I think it's good, like, because in the beginning you're like
Oh,
obsessing,
yeah.
like I can't, or like, yeah, now I'm like, heck it. I don't care. Like I'll just go on like that is, and that's it.
Yeah.
If there's always tomorrow, they're gonna see. And if my kitchen is a mess like it is now, I don't care. I'm crafting in here, and I'm doing things in here. And I'm
Exactly.
raising a family. I have a new puppy, so I don't care now.
Exactly.
That's gotten much better. That I could care less. Where I
yeah.
might
And
have a thinner
I feel
skin.
like that's very true because I think most people are just looking for authentic people out there.
Mhm.
And it's hard with taped material to be very authentic. I'm showing
Right.
you 5 candles and a Christmas tree, but I like Instagram for that. For instance, tonight I did a quick little story and my house is a hot mess. I've got a hammer on the kitchen table because I'm putting up decor. I've got a cold, and I've gotten more likes and comments on that than anything I've showed that anyone thought was pretty.
Yeah, well, it's like the road trip to get the puppy, right? We're filming and it's
Yeah.
real. It's not scripted, so it's like shut the music off.
Right.
Did you hear your mother shut the music? I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's real life because
Yeah.
it's like
It
unless
is.
you want this sugar version of what doesn't really happen, at least not for us, and gives
It's
people all these
true.
false expectations. You have to be having a better road trip than us, because
Oh, totally.
we're going to keep it real. But yeah, so
It's true. I know that there was one time everyone says like I have this very calming Zen voice, and it's
you
not my
do.
personality, so I don't know how they reconcile that. But my kids completely disagree. And so someone made a comment like, "Oh, you're so Zen." And so then I just put my kids real quick on the moment on Instagram, and I was like, "Okay, guys, impersonate me when I'm trying to do a voiceover." And my daughter yells like at the top of her lungs, "Be quiet in
Oh my
there."
gosh, yes, right? Yeah. I need 1 minute. Can you give me 1 minute?
Yes, that's exactly what I say. I say, "Guys, I just need 5 more minutes. I'll open your door when I'm done."
Oh my gosh. And I think we should probably put that out there so people see that sometimes, right? What it is
Yes,
when you go through. Because I'm like, I'm just have to make the introduction to this. Could you just be quiet for
exactly.
one time? Yeah, it's like the
Exactly.
Christmas
I'll say,
picture,
"I
right?
just
Just
have to do my
smile.
outro. Please just let me get this done." But then, at least, well, see, I live with neighbors very close to me. So we've got one guy who works night shift, and I'll be trying to finish up a recording. It's 4 o'clock, and I'm just trying to beat the clock because he has a Harley. And I
Right.
know he's going to fire up the Harley. And then as soon as he does that, then the dogs all get out in the neighborhood. We live by a park, and they're all barking. And then the trash man comes, and then the ice cream truck. And I'm like, "Oh, this is horrible." And we live very close near a trauma center, a hospital. And so then you've got the sirens. It's just ridiculous. I don't know why.
Right.
I need a padded room. I tell my husband, we need a padded room where I can just go in, pad the closet. That'll be my office. I'll just go in the closet.
Yeah. I say that to my
Yeah.
husband too because I'm like, it's like if I do like some of those pre-recorded ones where I'm reading something, I'm like, can I just have it so that I could read this without sounding like a nut house like these other people get?
Right.
I said they don't have a nut house coming. I have like a marching band coming through. It's
Yes.
just
Yes.
it's unbelievable, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, please. But
See, but your house is huge. You have room to
I
where
do,
you
but
could
you
do
don't
it.
understand the flack I would get. I used to go way upstairs to my, and they'd say, "We don't want you up there. We want you in the kitchen." And I said, "You want me in the kitchen? It's
Oh,
noisy." And they said, "We don't care, right, guys? Tell them." They said, "We want you in the kitchen." And I said,
oh,
"Oh my
wow.
gosh, okay, it's cozy in there. We feel like we're having coffee with you. It's too sterile in like a studio
Oh,
atmosphere."
yeah. Oh,
So
that's
they
true.
wanted me in the kitchen, and
You know what you do? You get a green screen
I
and you put an
know.
image of your kitchen behind you.
I have to move some things downstairs. My husband is like forever finishing something, but just because like there is some
Yeah,
I could get some
there's
peace, and then I
always
can still come
something.
up to the kitchen sometimes, but um, yeah, but it's like, oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm so glad you explained that you love those dolls one night because one night I popped in and they're standing behind you.
Oh yeah.
and and getting to know your personality, I love it because it's just a very dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
And then you explain that you actually collected. I thought that was great. That just gave me a good chuckle. I
Yeah, my
really liked
husband will
that.
will put them in, like, if let's say I fell asleep on the couch or something, he'll take them
Mm.
and have them standing over me with a rubber
Yes.
knife. I'm serious. And so that I wake up
Yes.
like that. Yes, he does stuff like that. He does that with them. Um,
I love that. That is awesome. That's the kind of shenanigans that happens in my house. Like we have this elf, right? And now our
mhm.
youngest is past the elf stage. And so now my kids are doing all kinds of ungodly things with this elf. And I just thought, that's just not very healthy, but we all get it. And it's a
Yeah, you
good
gotta have
time.
fun, but it's like the Christmas picture, right, or your holiday picture.
Oh,
You're threatening, like, look, I will get you at the end. You're like, I will buy you anything you want. Just smile, right? Could we be normal for 5 minutes, right? It's like,
oh,
oh my
the
god.
last time we tried to do it, we went in this canyon, because we want this outdoorsy look. And I step on glass. It goes through my brand new
Oh
shoes.
gosh.
My shoes were red. My foot is bleeding, but at least my shoes are red.
Oh.
And I have 3 kids that are teenagers. So I said, smile like you love each other or you're going to regret it. But see, now every time I look at that picture, that's what I think of. So I gave up. I don't do the cards anymore.
Yeah, or you know what's good? At least like when my oldest kids were younger, they didn't have like where you could just take different pictures and put them on. You
Right,
know,
like a
that's the best
collage.
thing now. Like my mother had it way back when she went to a studio with my three brothers, they put them all in ornaments. But
Nice.
now you can do that. It's so much easier. So you don't even have to take, you can just do like a collage card, right? And take
Yes.
everybody's best pictures off. I could take my older kids
Yeah.
off Facebook. I just go on and see what they have. But my daughter is the worst one. Like if I say, like even like say at Thanksgiving, I go, okay, just everybody, oh mom, please stop with the pictures. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my gosh, excuse me.
It's
Where I
true.
feel like everybody else has kids, like especially daughters that want to be like, oh, take my picture. Never my
Oh
daughter.
no. Oh no. We have the same personality than in our daughter because so my daughter's a cheerleader and you would think, okay, and she's the captain. So she's like a very outgoing. They call her the mouth. I don't know where she gets it from. It might be me. And so, she is Miss, like congeniality out there, but she's very in charge. I take out my camera and her face
Yeah.
just changes. So I'm the team mom. So I hired a parent. Well, I hired him. I'm not paying him anything. I said, hey, we need a team photographer. And we happen to have a photographer. So now I get pictures of her, but she doesn't know I get them because I'm not taking out my camera.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you smile so nice in all these photos with your friends. You can't give the person who, you know,
Right. Yeah.
gave birth to you, gives you everything in the world, one smile.
Yeah, I know. My daughter was the same way. In fact, when she had a recital picture for a dance recital, got her this huge bouquet, and she just, I'm like, you can't smile. So I took the pictures anyway. I said to
Right.
my mother, I'm going to take them anyway, just like this. And when she gets older, I'm going to show her that you
Yeah.
wouldn't smile. So we laugh
Yeah.
hysterical at this picture now because she just has the face on her like she is so absolute.
It's
Like, I can't believe my mother's
crazy.
here with this freaking camera and I'm done.
Yes.
I don't want any more pictures, like, and I just we
Right.
laugh like crazy. But she's like that. She just
Yeah.
don't bring out the pictures. She doesn't want that. Don't bring out the camera.
And
You know.
it's sad because I mean, at some point in life, we're gonna be gone,
I
right?
tell
And
I
we're gonna
tell them
want
that all
those
the time.
photos.
I tell them that all the
It's
time.
so
I'm like, you're
sad.
gonna wish you did this one day when we're
Yes,
gone and you want a picture and it's all you have left.
it's
Yeah.
true.
So
It's
they're
true.
like,
And I told her that tonight because we've got our new psycho. Well, his name is Poco, but we call him Psycho. And he's laying on her bed and she's not feeling well. She's under the weather. And so it was just so cute that she was laying there with his ball between her legs. Like she'd totally forgotten it was there. And I go to take a picture. I said, this is true love when you just let your dog's ball stay between your legs. And she was like, oh, you're not going to post. Like, I don't post pictures of my kids.
uh huh.
And it's just crazy. I said, look, someday you're going to look back and Poco's not going to be alive. And you're going to be like, oh, that's my sweet dog in me. And that's his
Right.
ball.
Yeah. So, but
It's so sad. What is this? Take his wife.
yeah, because and like some of the bloggers, I mean, they have like everything. They have like such perfect pictures, right? All, and you're like,
Oh,
this
I
can't
bet.
be real. It can't be real, right? Even like they
So,
got like 7 kids, and they're all smiling, all
yeah.
wearing a white shirt.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
How do
that's
you
not
even
us.
find the time because to me that seems overwhelming. Like that must just take so much time.
Yeah, and I know what it would be like. We'd be like, "Where's everyone's white shirt that I got? I don't know,
Oh,
right? I don't know where I put it. I think I left it at my friend's house. Like, just,
yeah.
oh my gosh!" And it probably would be funnier because I think more people can relate to that than to the 7,
Yes.
kids in perfectly white shirts.
Oh
But
yeah. Well, and that's the thing I think too with like our girls and stuff, right? They go on Instagram, they see all this perfection. They don't want to be caught in a moment of imperfection.
mm-hmm,
And, I keep telling all my kids, what you see out there is what people want to show you on their very best day. You're never going to see someone posting stuff on their worst day,
mm-hmm,
which I guess we all probably should. But yeah, I went live on Instagram, Linda. That was a lot of fun. It's so weird. My kids all had plans. They're all older.
yeah,
And so it was just fun to chat with people and my makeup was smeared, my eye was running and who cares?
who cares? Yeah, No, yeah, I've given it, like, at first I was like freaking out if something, now I'm like, I don't care. You just do it. And
No.
I think it, in that way, it does give you a better attitude about things, you know, not
Yeah.
everything's going to be perfect every day. It's real life. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, and I know that when I go to my friends' houses where they have white sofas and white carpets, I'm very uncomfortable. But when I go to my friend's house and I know she's a hot mess and there's going to be fishy crackers under the table, I feel
yeah,
completely at home.
yeah. I would never buy a white couch even if I lived by myself.
Oh, no, never,
I
never.
can't even imagine. Yeah, that's not for me.
No.
No, I like things that don't show dirt and stuff.
Well, yeah, we picked our sofa based on the color of kids' vomit and dirt because we've got kids and all of the cushions are washable. It's just, it's not me at all. Well, I'll let you get back to your chat. I
Okay,
feel
well,
bad
it
for
was nice
keeping.
talking to you.
You
And
too.
yeah, check her out,
Thanks
Auntie.
for letting me come on. I really
Oh,
appreciate
no
it.
problem. It was fun.
It's so nice that there's other people awake this time of hour with us.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of people away this time, but yeah, it's about 5. Oh, boy. All right, take care.
All
Thank you so
right.
much.
Thank you. Have a good
All
night.
right,
Bye bye.
bye-bye. Okay, guys, what do you say? Call it a night? Whenever I say that to my kids about one day I won't be here, they say, knock it off, Mom. That's not funny. Don't be. Yeah, oh my gosh. But I think we'll see what Frazee brings tomorrow. I know some of you are really worried about it, but until I hear the closing arguments and, you know, the last witnesses, I'm not going to call anything yet. And the jury instructions. So, thanks to our moderators. Thanks, Auntie Cuckoo. Todd, we're going to count on you tomorrow after the Frazee stuff. All right? And, uh-oh, what happened? Okay. Oops, I came on right at the end. Yeah, you'll have to. It's 5 here. I've got to go to bed. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. All right? Everybody take care. God bless. Love you. Bye.